Hello. Hello. How's it going? We've got some stuff to look into about this game here, brother. We got one chill boomer. I got my wife in the chat and Inari. How we doing? We're going to go into a deep dive of gameplay, the direct. Going to look at everything that this game has to offer. And the more I've been sitting and thinking about it, like, this could be huge. There are some things I don't like about it, but change is good. It needed to evolve, and they fucking delivered on that. So let's get right the fuck into it. The thing that concerned me, the thing that really concerned me right out of the gate was that instead of being right directly from Marcus's point of view right now, it goes into somebody we don't even know.
Stay sharp. Don't let them surround you.
Right here, I was like, oh shit. It's an extraction shooter. Because we see somebody we have no clue about. Like, this first shot right here, there's no Marcus. And it kind of threw me off. I'm being completely honest. I do like the retro look, like her jacket and stuff like that. What was her name? Mags? And Reyes is the other guy.
More guns in the trunk.
Of course, we see Marcus. He's coming around with a fucking pipe. So maybe there's more melee weapons in the game. We saw Marcus throw down his pipe. Exotic Taco. Haven't seen you in here in a minute, brother. Blood and Gore looks great. Design of the Locust looks sick. We will be there October 1st. Love you, brother. Hey, appreciate you, man, for coming in. Dude, I am so fucking ready. The only thing I'm really concerned about is the multiplayer. Because the multiplayer is going to feel completely different. We've been so used to wall balancing and wall canceling and all this crazy movement. And it's going to completely change the game. Horde going to 12 people, like, I think that's pretty cool. I don't really like the whole, well, we just have to see. We have to wait for this game to come out in order for it to really get a grasp on it.
Strap these on.
There's Reyes right here. Dominic.
This isn't enough. We should still head to the police station.
And also, if you guys didn't notice, in the planet Sarah, the time zones are different. And like the way that time works is different. So if we see right here, it says 26-hour convenience store. It's 26 hours. Their days are 26 hours on this planet.
Could be more guns in the trunk.
Here, strap these on.
This isn't enough. We should still head to the police station. We're gonna have more firepower there. Right.
Another thing that I didn't like and really threw me off is that Marcus is supposed to be tall. COG Gears, in general, are supposed to be tall. Like, before they get in their armor. And they look kind of short. Did anyone else notice that? That they're kind of short? Especially Marcus?
Yes. It's about 2 blocks up ahead.
Okay.
Come on,
Shoot, move, and watch for civilians.
And right out of the gate, I thought these were juvies. They look so, like... The fact that they're gray, that's what threw me off. And, like, they probably should have had armor right out of the gate. This is obviously the section after the intro. This isn't this is the prologue, but it's a little later, I think, in the chapter. And that fucking reload, that one sent me through a wall. Like, this is supposed to be a beginner friendly. I know that. This is supposed to be a major reset for Gears of War in general, but you can't change the reload. I like, if you would have just put this bar in the top right, I'd have been completely fine. But to put it in the middle, that's gonna either TC changes it or we just have to adapt to it. It's been such a staple in Gears of War, and it's what made Gears of War so different. So I think taking that and changing that, I don't know, it just feels weird. Like, right out of the gate, all this gameplay is just so different. So that's what was like, that's why I was so quiet in my reaction, because I was like, what is going on here? So let's see. We are in the streets of Kelowna, obviously. The cars are different. I thought these cars were supposed to be like more blocky, more thick, like more big boned. But they look pretty normal for the most part. I mean, I guess it is E-Day. You know, people aren't so accustomed to fighting all the time, and people aren't as big boned as they are in Gears of War 1, because that's like 14 years after fighting these monstrous fucking creatures. So maybe that's the reason. They're called Feral Wretches. Thought they were juvies too. Yep. It's quite easy because they're the same color. And I didn't realize that until after I watched it a few times, and I was like, wait, that is a wretch. It has the same face, that just doesn't have its armor on. Their boots give them extra 2 feet. You hated it, Kyle? Jeez, buddy. Kind of looks like something in the lab in Gears 5. Like a sire? A little bit? Are you shadow banned? For what? Same only grips are the reload. Oh, same only gripes are the reload in 4v4. I don't like the 4v4. Like, if the maps are somewhat claustrophobic and closed off, then 4v4 will be okay. But I've thought since all this gameplay was so hyper focused and like so different, why not change the template of the fucking multiplayer, like the game modes? Like, you cannot tell me that after all these gameplay changes, a war mode wouldn't be good, or like a 10v10 wouldn't be a good idea, especially with like PvE on the map. Maybe that's just me though. I don't know. Let's keep going.
Get inside now.
And the snub pistol sounds good. E-hole pops up. Yeah, that reload, I'm not a big fan. Hit markers are back. Like, for me, I'm being a little nitpicky here, but I kind of have to be. I would have loved to seen more creatures. Like, an overpowering amount of creatures. This is E-Day. You know, it's supposed to be like, I guess that would make the insane difficulty like way too hard. But like, there's gotta be, I don't know, maybe there's a section in there where you get a turret and you just like completely mow down like hundreds of them or something. I don't know. That would be cool. But, and the Gnasher. The Gnasher having 6 shots again. Oh, that one threw me through a fucking loop. Because we fought so hard for Gears 5 to change the Gnasher from 6 shots to 8 shots. We fought so hard for that. So to see it come back, like, not a big fan. Like, There's so many different things in the first few minutes of it that I'm just like, why are we doing this? But then as it progresses, it's like, okay, I see the vision. I see it now. But those first few missions, like the first few minutes were pretty fucking rough for me. Because it was very different. I'm very happy to see the gore like come on screen, and it looks like it's directional gore too. Hold on, let me see that for a second. Like how it pops up on screen. I'm sure it'll pop up once he hits the wretch with his. Oh, it didn't hop up right there. It definitely does with the Gnasher though. See that? I like that. The reload. Oh man, the reload. I don't know. I'd have to get used to that. Reloading one pellet at a time in the Gnasher instead of it all coming back. Like, I don't know. I'd have to play it. I'd much rather have 8 shots, instant active reload, than 6 shots and you have to wait for the pellets. I don't know. Maybe that changes the gameplay in a good way. I don't know. Maybe. But again, I'd have to play it. I'd have to. And we'll find out in August. Oh, which sucks. I really don't like that I'm going to have to wait another 2 months to play this game. But let's keep going. What's going on, Sierra? Mio, is that your second account? I'm guessing the bars top left are limited actives? You mean top right? Oh, yeah. I'm thinking... Here's a thought. I'm thinking that the more time you active the more times that you active, the fourth time, you see there's 4 bars on the active reload. I think the fourth time it's going to give you some kind of not ability, but like maybe like a power boost or something. It's very odd. And this little icon right here, the one that's circled right next to the pellets of the shotgun, like under the PNG of the shotgun, I think that is to tell you that it is an active reload. And I would have preferred them to keep it the way it was with the, instead of the pellets turning yellow when you active, just keep it, you know, how it does the little active, how it like kind of lights up. Like it pulses. I prefer that. Yeah, the shell icons.
You see that? There's something big.
And there's another thing I missed completely when I watched this the first time. There's a corpser that comes up and like fucking... I didn't even see it. Right there. It's a corpse that comes up, but you can't really see it. I like the destruction. Fucking sick. I don't know what to think about the running animation. Like, for so long, we've been holding the A button to run. Are we going to be using the right stick to run again? Or, like, is there a specific button we have to push? They didn't go into that at all. They didn't go into that at all. But Yep, I'm gonna have to play Gears 5 for another 2 months. Yeah, I hopefully there's like a toggle that you can turn off the active reload in the middle, and you can just put it back onto the right corner. Hopefully. Maybe I'm wrong though. This is way better than Gears 5. Dude, I'm excited to play it. I'll get used to the run animation, but I really do hope it's A. I just don't want them to change everything.
We need to keep moving. Through the underpass.
Let's get moving.
It's gonna feel different once we got the armor on, though. It's gonna look a lot better.
Let me see what I can do.
Like when they put the armor on Marcus and it showed gameplay of him having the armor on, it looked way better. It's just so odd to see Marcus without armor. Fucking Corpser comes up. The red. Oh my god, the red just completely takes over. Then we see the hip fire. The low movement, the low cover system, which could really change up things. And then the slide. We've all been talking about the slide mechanic that we saw in the trailer. And there's a reason they put that in there. You know, there's a reason they put a whole bunch of shit in there. So, do I feel good about it? I think so. Gears needed to change, man. It just needed to change. And TC took that chance and they fucking ran with it. They changed a whole lot of things. But I think it's in a good way. I don't think it's in a bad way. I think they're trying to make this game the most casual, beginner-friendly Gears game we've ever seen. And it needed to happen. It really did. Especially since it's coming just to Xbox and PC. Like, us Gears fans, we're going to play the game, regardless. No matter what. If the campaign's garbage, the thing that I'm really concerned about is the writing. Because we only saw like maybe 2 or 3 sentences of dialogue, and I wasn't very impressed with it. So, I don't know. We'll have to see more of it. I'm sure we'll get more gameplay or story background here in a few weeks. Hopefully. So, I think they'll drop some more stuff before the beta. I do think so. Very horror movie red. I think the red is like... Do we think the red is too much? I don't know if the red is too much. But there is a lot of it. Ty should have been part of Bravo team. Dude, here's my prediction, Lego. Here's my prediction. I think Reyes or Mags is going to get killed within the first half of the game, and Ty is going to join the team. Because we saw a little cutscene between Marcus and Ty. That might be the end of the game. Don't really know. But I really want Ty to join the team. That would be pretty fucking cool, to be honest with you. Did you notice through the entire thing that I don't think there was an active reload? No. Well, he hit one in the beginning with the pistol. Like the very first shot, the very first active reload he did was an active reload.
It's about 2 blocks up ahead.
Okay. Shoot, move, watch for civilians.
Right here. Boom.
Get inside.
You see, it turns the active bullets yellow. I would have preferred it to just be pulsing. Like pulsing the gray and white together. So that it looks like it's an active reload instead of just yellow. But that's very specific. Okay, where were we? Okay. The red kind of just takes over, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because it reminds me of Redfall, and Redfall was not a good game. I do like the cracks that we see on the street. Dude, this game looks beautiful. This game looks beautiful. I don't like... they didn't show that if when you're shooting the Retro Lancer, it gives them a headshot. I hope that's not in the game. I don't like that. Especially on harder difficulties. Cover mechanics are smooth as shit. The vaults are so smooth.
Reloading. Cover me.
I really like the retro charge too. It does look a little weird since the player is so skinny, like without the armor. I think it'll look a lot better with the armor on though.
That gear said they're stuck in the pay and save.
But like, what is the smoke in there? Like, what's producing the smoke? Like, what's producing that?
All right. That gear said they're stuck in the pay and save. Which way?
It's on the other side of those apartments.
Like, what is producing the red?
Through here.
Yeah, and we don't get shown the omen. We do get a little sneak peek in the direct though. We will get to that. New Cog Soldier, we don't know. It's not a Carmine. And that right there, that's where we find out that it's an actual Wretch. Because they don't show much of the Wretch at all. Alright. Hold on. There we go. Now we can see it. Now we see the top of the head has got the scars and the fucking horns coming out, just like the Wretch. Oh, shit. I paused it right at the wrong moment.
Too slow.
Yep, you get a lot clearer right there. So it just doesn't have armor on. Which threw me the fuck off. Really threw me off.
Nice shot.
It's not Foz. It's not Foz,
Where
dude.
did you lot come from?
We heard your distress call.
Well, you saved
That armor looks pretty fucking sick though, doesn't it? That armor looks fucking sick as shit.
Nice shot. Oh, where the hell did you lot?
I want his armor.
We heard your distress call.
Well, you saved my ass. But we need to make ourselves scarce.
The graphics, dude.
Fuckers keep pouring in every few minutes.
The lighting. It's just wild.
Right on schedule. You guys here?
Yeah. Who are you?
Cover system, smooth as shit.
Where's your squad?
This is what fucking fucked me up. That right there.
Survivors nearby.
I was like, what? But like, you know, Gears of War needed a change. It needed to... I don't fully agree that it should have went that far. But I'm open to it. You know? Yeah, I need that armor. Have you seen anything about attachments? No. Love the environmental damage. It's kind of weird how the reticle... It's kind of weird how the reticle fucking changes, like, so much. It's not accurate at all while you're moving. And then we see an execution. Gruesome as fuck. I think that's a cool little addition right there. adds more brutality to the whole fight. If they have like grenadiers that like come out and they just fucking run at you, I prefer that over like you remember juvie poppers? Like they were just juvies with fucking grenades attached to them. Looked like Mickey Mouse walking around. I hope they don't just put like explosives on them. Like it does make sense for drones to come out without a weapon and to just charge at people. Will there be roadie running? I don't know. We didn't see anything as far as that. We don't know if if you have to hold the A button or the LB button like I've been doing for so long. It's gonna feel so fucking weird to run in this game. Because we've been holding the A button, holding the X button, holding the LB button, whatever button you've been using to roadie run. It's gonna feel so different. But maybe that's a new different, like a good different. We don't really know yet. We don't know yet. Also, this might be a little nitpicky, but this is what the stream is for. When she closes the E-hole, it like kind of... It doesn't close like it should. Like, it just appears. Can I put this in like speed mode? Oh yeah, here we go. You guys will see what I mean in just a second. It kind of like... It doesn't even look like an animation. It just looks like it's open and then it's closed. So like it doesn't even look like the frag grenade did any damage to the E-hole itself. It just closed. The blood, dude. The blood looks so good. Okay, frag. Watch closely. Boom. You see what I mean? It wasn't instant. That is very nitpicky. But we're here to be nitpicky. And then we see Marcus go over. There's no fucking... there's no button to show that this is happening. So it's like... For so many years, we've been shown once we're doing something, like when we're swapping cover or we're trying to jump up on something, it's always given us like an icon to look at, to be like, oh, that's where I go, or that's what I'm about to do if I press this button. But there's nothing. There's none of that, which I found very odd. Okay, put it down to normal. The destructible cover. That, oh my god, the hop. The jumping. I don't know how to feel about that yet. I do like it if it was like... If it was like, just subtlety movements. Like very oh my god, that's bad. Very subtle movements. Like, you're just hopping from one thing to the next. I don't know. I'd have to play it. I'm going to be saying that a lot. I have to play the game in order to get a feel for it. But I love the destructible, like, the glass, and the retro seems very beefy and chunky, which I like. Trying to watch out for specific things here. I like how much ammo is in the Lancers now. That is very smooth movement, though. The weapon animation. The one thing I'm really concerned about is we saw Marcus just fucking slide down and the drone just was not aware at all. And I want the AI in this game to be smart. Like, Gears of War 1's AI was pretty good for the time. And I think this game just really needs to go above and beyond for the fucking AI in this game. See, the cover mechanics are so smooth. Let me put the volume back on. Blind fire looks good.
Pick him off. On your right. I got it.
Like, the Grenadiers are just, like, running at people. They're not even called Grenadiers, would they be? They're just regular drones. They don't have shotguns or anything. And then, dude, the drones are so thick and armored, they don't even need armor. He took a full-blown fucking blade to the stomach and just looked at Marcus like, yes? You were saying? That's why Marcus is so fucking confused. I kind of wish they would have done more with this moment. Like, I'm about to be very nitpicky. I would have loved to seen this drone just completely whoop the fuck out of Marcus. Just, like, you see him choking him. Fucking have him choke him and pin him to the fucking floor. And start wailing on him. Like, these drones are supposed to be crazy. I don't know. I'm very nitpicky at this point. But I would have liked to have seen the drone do more. Like, we saw in the announcement trailer that the drone was just a fucking beast by itself. So I wanted to see more in that moment. Dom's just like, oh, I don't hear anything. Oh, man. I'm so happy to see the gore come back. Then Ty. Oh, my God. Look at that specimen, dude. How does he look better? How did they top his look and just make him look better? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, man. I hope Ty's a big part of this game. I've been saying it for a while that I wanted to see Ty. I don't think we're going to see Dizzy, though. Because somebody said that Dizzy's supposed to be, like, somewhere else. But we knew that Ty was going to be there. So it just made sense for Ty to show up. And to show up in that way, pretty fucking good. He has face tats. See? They're just not very noticeable.
Converge again.
I'll show you once it starts. Well,
Phoenix.
at the end of the direct, it shows his face a lot more. And this is where I got fucking hype. Oh, the boomer. What the fuck? Why is he so chunky? He's huge. And also, the fucking boom shot is like dual wield. I really think that TC saw how well Space Marine was doing, and they just said, we gotta make things bigger and beefier. My kids are going absolutely nuts. Easily 900 pounds. He's chunky, man. And listen to the sound. Listen to him say boom. Listen. Oh, he didn't say it. Was that in the direct? Then you get the slide mechanic again, which looks so much better with the armor on. It looks so much better with the armor on. It just looks weird without the armor. Oh, the fire. That looks so good. And the acid gun. We don't really know much about the acid gun, but they show it more than direct. Here, let me slow it down. Slow it down. God, he's just a fucking unit, bro. Look at him. I really don't like how they didn't show the Omen. But I guess they wanted to show off the weapons. You see the fucking dude, you can see the red coming up through the cracks. And then this new creature, I don't know what the fuck that is. It looks like a cedar. Maybe it is a variant of a cedar. Being able to spit acid and shit. But hold on, it shows more in the next. Look at that. What the fuck is that? Also, how do these streets have power? You know? How do these streets have power? Hold on, does it have eyes? It kind of looks like a crocodile. Oh, man. Fucking so awesome. That boomer is a fucking unit. And we'll see later in the direct, the Blood Omen. They kept the Blood Omen. Isn't that crazy? They kept the Blood Omen. Oh, man, that red. That red coming through. The cedars and the reavers, they're being able to fucking come up and get on the fucking ceilings and shit. What's going on in the background over there? And then a new execution for the torque bow. And the fact that you can fucking chainsaw boomer now? Fucking sign me up. Sign me up. And then the fact that it's coming in October. You know what's funny about that? I said from the beginning, I want this game to release in October. But then after I gave some thought to it around Call of Duty, like if Call of Duty releases in October, I want it to release in September, early September. It just makes sense. But the fact that it's releasing in October, right next to Call of Duty. Why would Xbox want two games to compete? I don't know. I still haven't found, like, I can't wrap my head around that. You don't like spiders? Oh yeah, the special ability does look like a stim pack or something like that. And then we'll go right into the direct.
Reimagine the Gears world.
Okay. Okay.
Rated M for mature.
I kind of wish they would have brought back Lester Spate to say that. Rated M for mature. Yeah, dude, if they would have wanted for a July beta, like, I would have been fine with that. But for a fucking beta in August? 2 months, dude? I gotta wait another 2 months to play this game. Fuck. Which means they'll have 2 months after the beta to release the game. That's crazy. We better see marketing just fucking ramp the fuck up, bro. Oh, there's the E-Day main menu theme.
Welcome to the Coalition here in Vancouver,
Oh,
British
Mike
Columbia,
Crump.
Canada, home of Gears of War. When Gears debuted in 2006, it instantly redefined the genre. And now in 2026, we're on the cusp of another rare moment. A chance to honor where we've been, celebrate with our fans, and lay the foundation for where Gears is going next.
Look at that, dude. That's so sick.
2026, we're on the cusp
Hold on.
of another rare moment. A chance to honor where we've been, celebrate with our fans, and lay
Right.
the foundation for
Aye.
where Gears is going.
Aye. Look at that. That's your new main menu, boys. That thing. Oh, yeah. Looks good. Maybe that's Carlos's helmet. Maybe. Maybe. Concept of games competing with each other is overrated. The normal casual player's not looking to choose a main game. They're just looking to have fun. Players switch back and forth from games more now. Well, it does change the game that this game is going to be a day one Game Pass game. I really do think this release for this game going on Game Pass, it's going to be the biggest Gears of War game we've seen. As far as the overall player numbers. But without PlayStation, it's not beating Call of Duty. But this could be the game for Xbox to start bringing in people into Xbox. Finally. It could be it. Because Xbox is cheaper. And there's so much more to play on Game Pass compared to PlayStation. So we'll have to wait and see.
Next. To get there, we're taking it all the way back to the day the world changed and the fight began. Emergence Day.
Yeah.
Unimaginable loss that sits at the heart of our universe.
Like, what is giving that red, dude? Is it just the core of the fucking Sarah or what? Like, you just go down into the hollows and it's just straight up red. You know what I'm saying? We might have attachments. What do you mean? I'm kind of surprised they didn't put anything about Anya in the direct. I don't know. PlayStation's in deep manure.
And today, for the first time, we're ready to take you inside the studio and
Hold on. Okay, the National looked kind of weird there for a second. Looks like they're playing King of the Hill. Was that a LAN game? Nothing I can see right now.
Show you all the ways to play with our new movements, weapons, and modes that will make E-Day the most brutally satisfying Gears yet.
Is that all you got?
Fucking chopped in
Before we talk
half.
about what this game is, I think
Fuck.
it's important to share why we chose E-Day. When we started this project, we were moving to Unreal Engine 5. It was a new foundation with a blank slate. So we took a moment to reflect on what makes Gears so special.
See, right there. There's the Blood Omen right there. Maybe they're putting in different kind of omens to play around with. Maybe. I don't know. And what is this little white speck? Does that say Downs remaining? It's literally telling us that we have 3 downs. And this looks like instead of hitting the A button to get up, it looks like you're going to be doing this. That's what it looks like. What role will Anya play in this game if she's in it? Well, control. She'd be like, you know. But like, is that even developed yet? I don't know. What's going on, Transformer? How we doing? This looks like...
Us and to our fans. We realized that all of the things that make this world feel so unique, brotherhood, brutality, that melancholy beauty, and over-the-top
Control,
spectacle,
this is Bravo.
they're all perfectly set up in this one moment in time. E-Day. The moment the Locust ripped through the ground and changed the history of Seraph forever. And to tell that story, we wanted to build an experience that evoked the vibes of the original Gears game. So we started with this one still from the Mad World trailer. It's Marcus facing down the Locust, defiantly firing into the darkness against overwhelming odds. And we said, this is the emotional core of Gears. This is the tone and feeling that we wanted to build our next game around.
It's all depending on the writing. Everything else is there. It really depends on the writing. If the writing is ass, I don't know how the campaign survives it.
This is our most ambitious game yet. E-Day is a story we haven't been able to tell before because we didn't have the technology to do it. We finally have the tools.
I think that's a lie. Not having the technology to make e-holes. I don't know about that. Bro playing blaming photorealistic graphics. Go play Game Boy. I'm gonna check in the screenshots and your general chat. What do you mean? There might be attachments. I don't know. There might be. Here, I'll show you guys. Where's my display here? This is what he's talking about right here. You see how in here you can see the reticle right there? And the next image, it's gone. Right here. Right? Yeah, right there. Right there. I don't see anything else different though. Just different camera angle. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
To reimagine the Gears world at a new, unprecedented level of detail.
Yeah. The active reload is gonna hurt my brain. If they just change it to where, you know, it's up in the right-hand corner, I'm fine with that. If there's like a toggle, maybe. Maybe.
We're pushing Gears to new heights with the densest, most...
No. TJ, it's saying if there, it's just one little screenshot. So like, if the reticle's missing, that means there's an attachment that could put it on the gun, which means it could be like Gears Tactics customization. You know what I'm saying? So we could see things that improve the damage or improve the accuracy or, you know, or something like that. Kind of like Back 4 Blood did. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that.
Detail world we've ever created.
Oh, dude, with the armor on, it just looks so much better. But you can't tell me this doesn't look like Warhammer. Space Marine 2? And look, you can actually see the pellets. You can see the fucking shells. Dude. It's crazy. Follow me. Reduce the speed here, boy. You can see everything. Trying to look around, see if I can spot anything. I don't see anything. And you notice the muzzle gets hot. You see that? But look, dude, look at this. It looks like Space Marine. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Nick. Appreciate that, brother. Looks like multiple games. I saw Days Gone, Last of Us, Warhammer, and the city looks like Arkham. I just think, like, Unreal Engine 5 made things way too easy for developers. Because now every game just looks the same in Unreal Engine 5. It just looks the same. Like, that's why I was so concerned when the gameplay started off. Because I was like, this looks like everything else. But then as it went on, I was like, okay, the gore's here. Oh, there's some way more new mechanics in this. Oh, wow. You know, stuff like that. So, I'm definitely going to be taking off motion blur once I get this game. Look how many shots are in that fucking thing. Holy shit. There's probably like 70 bullets in that son of a bitch. That's a lot of bullets. The world. I don't like how this is shown in the daylight. It would have been better if it was shown at night. Just to give that red just more emphasis. But yeah, it clearly looks like it's in Unreal Engine 5. So you guys are chatting like crazy. I would like to see extended mags. I would like that. I like having more bullets. The lighting. I was just expecting the intro to just be more devastating. Like, just really throw us in the shit.
And richer real-time destruction.
Which they did that to an extent.
Starting with an empty hard drive, we literally rebuilt everything from scratch. Characters.
God, Dom looks so good, though. Dude, look at that, man. Whew. Can I just play this game yet? Hey, TC, if you're out there, can I play this game yet? I want to play the game. But.
Enemies, weapons, animation, sound.
I'm about to be nitpicky. I'm about to be nitpicky once again. I'm going to say it. I'm going to do it.
Fully dynamic ray trace lighting. And richer real-time
When it shows the
destruction.
Locust drone.
Starting with an empty hard drive, we literally rebuilt everything from scratch. Characters, enemies.
Why does the drone look so different when it comes to, like, arms and shoulders? Like, in the original games, they're just units. Especially in the first one. But, like, it's like they got no shoulder strength whatsoever. But yet we see the drone pick up Marcus with no effort. I don't know. Bring back the roadie run and I'll be happy. I'd like that too. Yep. Gears 1 hammer burst.
Enemies, weapons, animation, sound, the world itself, and then we tear it apart in front of you.
That looks pretty good.
You'll fight against bigger
Fucking Brumok just taking a shit out on the city.
and more brutal enemies with new and craftier weapons.
What's that pistol? Okay, so we see the breach shot. There's the acid gun. There's the Bushka, basically. And I don't know what that pistol is. Looks like it's got fire in it.
And navigate the battlefield.
Like
with
this
more
right here.
natural
That
character
looks
movement,
fucking
so
good.
that every moment of emergence plays smoother and hits harder.
I don't know how to feel about the knee slide.
Weapons and navigate the battlefield with
That
more
looks
natural
smooth.
character movement,
That's smooth.
So plays smoother and
That looks really smooth, though.
hits harder.
This is a game.
I would like to see other kind of executions, like with the retro. Like, not just the one
More
single
natural character
pickup,
movement,
put down.
so
I
that
want to
every
see
moment
somebody
of emergence-
fucking just go into, like, the side of a drone, pick it up, and just, like, wave it around. Like, I don't know. But, like, maybe you dip right into the leg and you just take the fucking leg off and shit, like a shovel. You just shovel that shit off or something.
Plays smoother and hits harder.
This is a game that feels like Gears, but plays like new.
Now, we're inside.
It's a return to the feelings that we had when we played the
Look
original.
at that fucking boomer, dude. You can't even see his head. He's just... I like this location. Being in a fucking train station. Maybe this is a multiplayer map. Or a horde map.
Original games, but now reimagined, evolved, and enhanced with the power of a new engine.
No, I don't want to see a Scorcher. Maybe in just the campaign. I don't want to see a Scorcher in multiplayer. You like the old drone's face better? They changed the mouth completely. Well, they tried to make it to where it's like more of a creature instead of like a human species. Because like in the original game, they look a lot like a human. But like now it looks like their teeth are like It looks more like a crocodile or some shit. When Marcus chainsaws the drone in half, we see its rib cage. Really? I'll have to look at that. You guys want the Scorcher, really?
E-Day is set before the events of the original Gears of War. After decades of conflict, peace has finally been declared on Sarah.
That looks so crazy. That looks so wild to not see them in uniform. Bro, Dom just looks like a... That's a man right there, bro. That's a fucking... Don't fuck with him. Do not fuck with him.
And the Gears have returned home.
Armored Prayer.
Love you, baby.
Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago.
I like how they added the whole "love you, baby" from Dom on that. Like, are we going to see Maria? Don't know.
Are young veterans trying to adjust to
Also, there's Coltrane! Right in the back there.
civilian life while grieving the loss of someone they both loved. Carlos Santiago, Dom's older brother and Marcus's best friend.
To Carlos.
To Carlos.
Bro, why does Dom have a bigger fucking jaw than Marcus?
Best fucking brother anyone could ask for.
Carlos died in combat in a moment of sacrifice before the war ended, and without him,
Like, look at that jawline. Maybe it's the beard on Dom that makes it more full looking. Marcus just looks very young. Like, they're both very young. But Marcus looks like he's fucking 18. Like 17 or 18. Like, he just came back from war.
Marcus and Dom's relationship is distant.
The emotion from our refinery kept power.
With the world just barely on the cusp of peace and our characters coming to terms with their new reality, the Locusts emerge and change everything.
This is the Coalition Emergency Broadcast System.
Like, look how different he looks. He looks so different. He looks so different. Like, maybe it's the armor. I don't know. And also, you can see the cog tag necklace that he's wearing, like, bruising through the shirt. Which is pretty cool. What's wrong with my jaw? Everything. Wasn't Marcus 20 when he got in the war? Yeah. But I'm saying he looked like... At this point, after the Pendulum Wars, like... You know? You think Marcus still looks old?
There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Kelowna.
Like, look how small he looks.
Emerge and change everything.
This is the Coalition Emergency Broadcast System. There are reports of multiple tremors
Like, look how small.
causing minor damage.
Look how small he looks compared to everybody else. You see what I'm saying? Marcus should be the tallest one, right? Hold on. How tall is Marcus? How tall is Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War? 6'1". Does he look like he's 6'1" in that? How tall is Dominic Santiago? Six one. They're the same height. But they look short. Like, even the guy behind Reyes looks like the same fucking height. I don't know. They just look small. Maybe it's because they don't have armor on. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but it's the lens compression. I don't know. Like, even in the beginning of the gameplay trailer, he looked small compared to everybody else. And isn't it the fact that Marcus told Carlos that he wouldn't wear the bandana until the war was over? Like, why is he wearing it now? Can anybody tell me that? Protein and lifting weights. No, cartoon. I'm talking... Dude. He said he would take it off when the war was over. Right? The war's over. Right? Pendulum Wars is over.
E-Day tells not one, but two origin stories.
Like right there, he
The start
seems
of
so
this world
small.
falling apart and a brotherhood coming together. And over the course of 3 intense days, you'll see how Lost reshapes this world and our characters, beginning with a night of desperate survival in a brand new city.
Look at that, dude. There's a fucking drone just smacking somebody's head on a fucking car, dude. On a cop car. And dude, I didn't even see this. There's a drone literally holding somebody up. Just threw... he just fucking threw him. Oh, shit. Okay, I gotta rewatch that. Hold on. I gotta rewatch that in slow-mo. Okay. Useless human. Oh, there's the statue right there on the right. Dude, no. I just saw something. No. I just saw something. Look to the right of your screen. I see a banner. I see a banner and I see Marcus standing there. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's not art. It's fucking the main menu. It's literally moving. Look. Oh, well, I gotta... Watch. Look, it's moving. It's live. Don't like that, man. Don't like that shit. Take banners out of the fucking game. This ain't fucking Overwatch or some other bullshit. It's Gears of War. Yeah, I saw that on the deluxe edition, but I thought that was going to be like the end of the match kind of thing, which I'm okay with. I guess. I don't know. But here we go. Look, there's a fucking drone just holding a... There's a lot of shit going on right here. Fucking Wretch is crawling on the left side. Drone just fucking smacks somebody's head down. crazy.
We decided to focus our story on just
The world looks
one
awesome.
city, so you could really feel what war does to people. When we started creating Kelowna,
There's your main menu, boys, right there. There's your main menu. That looks pretty good. Hold on. Okay. I wonder if I can get AI to focus that. Because it looks like there's 3 modes. Maybe customization or war journal. Oh, excuse me. Options and then maybe exit. Looks like there's 3 main options: campaign, multiplayer, and horde. What it looks like.
we wanted it to be more than just a backdrop. We wanted it to feel alive, like it was another character in the story, packed with layers and personality. Kelowna
That looks
used to
good.
be all about innovation and discovery. But years of industrialization for the
I can't wait to
Cold
see
War
Emulsion
totally reshaped
again.
it. With such a rich history, it made sense to lean into that classic Gears retro vibe.
Yep. Like, how does that place still have power?
Towering architecture, robust vehicles.
Oh, dude, you know what I just thought about? What if they add attachments into the game and you can put a flashlight on the Lancer? How about that shit? I would like that. I would like that. One thing I'd like to see in the campaign, being able to use other outfits during the story, like in Gears 5. I don't think so. Why wouldn't somebody want Beast? Dude, cartoon. This is the perfect game to put Beast mode into this game. It's the perfect time. I think it's coming. It just makes sense. With the amount of things that are new in this game, why wouldn't you want to play as the Locust? With all this shit happening around you, you can climb up walls. You can jump over gaps. You can slide. Why the fuck wouldn't we want to have a beast mode in this game? Why not? Right? That's crazy to me.
And grounded technology. Kind of like those gritty industrial cities from the 1970s. We also looked right outside these windows at the mountains, the ocean, and local landmarks to help give Kelowna its
There's a fucking thrashball stadium right there. Oh, yeah, that is concerning, though. Like, why does everything still have power?
unique style.
Okay. Shit just fucking... Alright, wants to take a chill pill for a second. Alright, guys, take a water.
Mountains, the ocean,
Take a drink of water,
and
I guess.
local landmarks to help give Kelowna its unique style. As you play the campaign, the city reveals itself through the main districts.
I wish they would have just went right from this, because it looks like it's going from like a cutscene into gameplay. I wish they would have just went right into the gameplay with this direct. Like right there, just go right into it.
Gears architecture in stone and steel.
It looks like Warhammer.
More modern, reshaped
That
by
doesn't,
decades
though.
of industrial growth. The military airfield, set at the forest edge with shipyards nearby, the refineries, and supporting working class neighborhoods.
Oh! Guys, I just want to look at this for a minute. That looks so good. Look at the amount of detail is on Marcus's armor. The Gnasher has so many different implementations into the look of it. The armor looks like it actually straps on. You can see the fucking ammo moving. And look, if you look at the top, I can't fucking zoom in. If you look at the bottom right of Marcus's leg, you can see the pistol, right? It looks like an extended mag is in there. Because the pistol is like probably like this much or like this. And it looks like there's like something extra right there. It looks like an extended mag. But dude, the armor. That armor looks so good. I can't wait to play this game.
Built around constant emulsion production.
Gears plays best in a city, and Kelowna is the ultimate battlefield.
And then we switch right back to him with the civilian
Kelowna's
outfit
density,
on.
Tight streets mixed with open spaces. Let us rethink how Gear moves.
Like, that
through
just seems weird to me. I'm sorry, but like going up something like that so fast with armor. Like, it's a video game, bro. It's supposed to be fun.
Kelowna's
But
density, tight streets mixed with open spaces. Let us rethink how Gear moves through the world.
you know,
We created the perfect stage for greater scale and verticality in combat.
also the Lancer reticle, like changing. Like, if you're standing still, does it stay somewhat small? I'm hoping so. But it look how much ammo you've got in the Lancer. Holy shit. Like, holy crap. You think it'll sell Xboxes? I think so. I don't think it's harming Gears at all. I think after the shit show that was Gears 5, this needed to happen. I think so. And I really don't like some of the implementations, because it's like, didn't we kind of do this in Gears 5? And nobody liked it. Hopefully they're listening to the community this time. And I think they have to. They can't fuck up this game. They just can't. This is their last chance. So.
Our soldiers are basically giant tanks in armor.
I wish the
They
fucking
slam
person that's playing this game would stop moving. For a
into
fucking
cars,
minute.
weaving through hails of bullets. And we wanted to keep that heaviness, but add more fluidity to how you move through the battlefield. Cover
That
is
looks
life
good.
in Gears.
This right here is smooth as shit.
And we've completely
Oh,
rebuilt our movement and
smooth.
cover systems, with smoother transitions and a bigger range of cover heights and shapes, including new low ground cover. This all allows us to create more complex and organic feeling spaces than ever before. From Sprint, you can now slide, which lets you quickly get under objects, slide around corners, or transition more smoothly into cover from a run. And we
That's
added
nice.
the ability to jump, which really opened up the citywide battleground. We get to play with more
Like,
verticality,
here's my problem with that.
more smoothly into cover from a run. And we added the ability to jump, which really
That looks fine. That makes sense.
opened up the city.
But this big ass leap. I don't know, guys. I'd have to play it. There has to be a lot of things that go into the tuning of that. Like, there has to be. I just don't want it to end up like Judgment, man.
Citywide battleground. We get to play with more verticality, climbing walls and vehicles, or clearing gaps in crumbling buildings to reach new flanking routes. At the heart of our gameplay
That was
is
saucy.
still that great Gears combat puzzle. A mix of unique enemy combat.
Also, thank you for bringing that up, Earthling. I think we see a Gears of War 2 Reloaded very soon. Not like incredibly soon, but it makes so much sense to remaster that game now. Because it's so different. It's so different compared to this. And I think they want people to have that game in Unreal Engine 5 after all this time. I don't think they needed. I don't think they wanted to make Reloaded. I really don't. There's nothing here that says, "Hey, we wanted to do Reloaded instead of this."
Combinations,
They wanted to make their own game.
tactical weapon choices.
That looks so fucking cool. The helmet on the new boomer. Like, what kind of boomer is that? Is that the grinder? Was the Molcher even invented yet? Does it look? It's holding a Troika, which is a Troika turret. And we've got a new weapon here. It kind of looks like there's a weapon in Call of Duty that I'm thinking of. That it's got the mags on the top right. I can't remember the name of it.
And your ability to read and move through the arena.
But I think the whole reason we don't see a Blood Omen, like when they're taking damage, is to showcase the weapons.
But now you have more choice than ever, and we get these peaks of almost action movie sequences.
There's a new enemy right there.
You can throw yourself off a balcony, land next to your buddy and revive him, scramble through cover, slide under a truck, and hit safety on the other side.
It's just so
We get
smooth.
these amazing Gears playgrounds, small and large, where all these elements come together.
Oh, what's that yellow?
Through cover.
What was that yellow on Marcus? There was something yellow. Oh, come on. Come on. Show me. Nope, not it. Okay. What is that? Maybe that's just shots from a weapon or something. Maybe. Let's get another look at it. I just want to make sure that I'm not fucking dreaming. You love the new running animation. Like, what is that? It looks like he just took damage from something. But I can't tell what the fuck he took damage from. I don't know. It looks like a super small detail.
And the city is filled with them.
Our missions move across the city, from linear fights in narrow streets and alleys to more open districts, where you have access to entire neighborhoods. Now you have strategic choices. Do you take the enemy head on? Do you flank them from a side entrance? Or do you climb up to the balcony across...
But like, dude, that fucking drone's stupid as shit. I want the fucking AI to be smart.
Do you take the enemy head on? Do you flank them from a
Like,
side
he just
entrance?
flanked him, and the fucking drone didn't do anything about it.
Or do you climb up to the balcony across the street and take them all out with your long shot? It's up to you. And if you're playing co-op with your friends, well, then you can try all three at the same time.
Another thing, I really think that this campaign should have been 2-player. Just Marcus and Dom. Just Marcus and Dom. Like, am I alone in that? Am I alone in thinking that 2 players alone would have been better for this?
Taking your own path reveals small stories from the city. Survivors trapped in an apartment.
There's a civilian in that building. 4th floor.
A raven
Little side objectives.
crashed in the distance.
Look at that. That's nice. That's nice.
A group of gears readying an ambush.
Look at the armor, bro. I don't know how to feel about side objectives. I'm open. I'm open to it. Have to experience it first. A lot of this stuff, I'm just like, I gotta fucking play it first.
You still have your orders, but it's up to you to decide where you offer to help or how much of the city you choose to explore.
And that city is fully realized.
This game looks great, man. This game really does look great. Oh, it looks so good. Yeah, people love 4-player co-op in Gears 3, but that was with 4 great characters. You know? We don't know how to feel about these new characters yet.
To create a city of this scale,
I'm
and
still really
detail,
worried about the
we
writing.
needed to invest in an entire suite of tools. Tools for roads, intersections, sidewalks, e-holes, buildings.
Maybe with this fucking stuff, we will see a map builder.
Rooftops, and pipes. We have a procedural content generation toolset for scattering millions of pieces of trash and debris across the ground to make Kelowna feel lived in. This is the largest, most complex
Reach
location
shot.
you've ever seen in a
Oh, yeah.
Gears game.
Now here's where I start to get a little concerned. What if this map is our map, but it's supposed to be a linear campaign? Because, like, this technically is all Kelowna. Right? Because right here it says City Hall on the bottom left. I don't know, guys. They said it was supposed to be linear. I don't know.
But the board control is connected to an older antenna. I can reconfigure their radios to reach Afira.
And who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? She looks like Sam. It's not Sam, though. One thing I'm gonna say. I kind of don't want to say it. Kind of don't. Oh no, we know who the mayor is. The black lady. We know who that is. But who the fuck is this? And I have a problem with... I'm gonna say it. When TC puts a woman into the game, they try so fucking hard to make that person look like a badass. It's not being me. That's not me being sexist. I loved Sam. I loved Sam. Sam's probably my favorite female character to play as. Anya was awesome. But there's no scars or anything on Anya or Sam. Like, they were just badass. But, like, trying to make every, like, I don't know what it is, man. Like, this woman's got a fucking scar all across her face. What was her name? Mags is, like, half blind. Like, am I alone in that? Am I alone in that? I don't know. Just Just develop a good character. That's all we want. That's why I'm so worried about the writing.
Do it. The remaining gears will hold the fort.
You know,
Like, there was a scene in, oh shit, what was it? Last of Us? Was it Last of Us Season 2 where, like, the major lady was like... Was it Last of Us? Oh, fuck. Was it Last of Us 2 where, like, the major, like, the colonel lady was super small and, like, a whole bunch of the older guys were just, like, scared of her? No, it's not Bernie. Bernie has an accent. Who cares? I care. Obviously. But I don't know. TC just doesn't know how to make good characters so far. So that's what I'm saying. I gotta fucking look this up. I can't remember if it was Last of Us or what, the TV show. But anyway, I'm really worried about the writing. I'll just say that. Minecraft of War.
The world's basically already dead. There are very few human survivors left. But in E-Day, you're watching a live city get ripped apart in front of you.
That looks good.
People went to work, sporting events, and celebrated the possibility of peacetime.
Hey, what we can offer. So it's like a fucking billboard for trying to get people to join the COG, looks like. Was the girl blonde? No. Like, she had a scar or something. I don't know. She was like one of the main officers of the Fireflies? Trying to think here. Oh my god. Fuck, I don't remember. I don't know. I have no clue. But yeah, they need to work on their writing.
They abandon their cars and run for survival, attempting to find refuge in subways or stores. A glimpse of a child's toy or dinner left uneaten.
Hey, Major Burger. Hello.
Are reminders of what's been lost and the horror of what the locusts have unleashed.
Yeah, I wish they would have went more with this moment. Went harder with it.
You'll experience the locust decimation at all scales in E-Day through our customized destruction technology. E-holes are back, unleashing waves of enemies from under your feet at any moment.
But is it in the same placement? Because if it's not, I prefer the e-holes to be like popping up in the same area, like every playthrough. Maybe that's me though. But like if I'm doing like a speed run, I'd like to know where the E-holes are.
As a game design element, getting to use E-holes again as a spawn mechanic is brilliant. Locusts can come out of the ground anywhere. You could toss a grenade in to close them up. Just
They said anywhere. I bet this moment right here,
as a game design
where
element,
Mags is throwing that
getting to
frag,
use E-holes again as a spawn mechanic is brilliant.
calling it right now.
Locusts can come out of the ground anywhere.
I'm calling it right now. Reyes on the left says something stupid. Something so stupid about, well, how are we going to close that? Or, what do we do? And then Mags is just like, I know what to do. I can feel it.
You could toss a grenade in to close them up.
And then it just makes Reyes look dumb.
Just adds this great tactical layer to encounters.
But you'll also encounter massive sinkholes that'll pull down vehicles and entire buildings. And no amount of detail is too small, as micro-destruction goes beyond what we've ever done before with chippable cover across a range of materials. Your
About
impact
time.
is real, visceral, and leaves a mark on the world.
I do like that.
Destroyed Beauty has long been a visual pillar of Gears of War, and we finally get to show the before, making the after hit that much harder.
Yeah, like I can predict right now Reyes is going to be dumb as fuck and Mags is just going to be a stone cold killer. I can already predict it.
You'll recognize a neighborhood that was once intact is now completely destroyed. You'll walk through city streets filled with smoke and fire, and it feels completely
That
different
looks so
from how you
good.
first experienced it. You start getting this real feeling of the city's a character, and it's really under attack.
God, those fucking, the Retro Lancer is so punchy.
Kelowna.
Wait. Are they at Asheville Fields? It's hard to see anything.
Is an intentionally intimate
Look at that guy. He's so sexy.
story. There's this colossal event going on in the plot, but the actual characters and the journey they go on is where you get to explore
No, we know it's Dom. We know it's Dom.
themes of burden, of loss.
That was the cog tag of Carlos, though. So why would they be reacting to that after they already came back from the Pendulum Wars? You see what I'm saying? Marcus has the scar?
Intimate.
What the fuck? No, I don't think it's flopping, TJ. I don't think so. Did you guys see the reaction? Like the live reaction to this game? Did you guys see that? We'll watch it after this.
Story. There's this colossal event going on in the plot, but the actual characters and the journey they go on is where you get to explore themes of burden, of loss, and of loyalty. The whole world of
That looks so realistic. I like Reyes's armor. His armor's pretty cool. Looks like Hoffman's armor a little bit.
Gears about characters. It's the nightmarish monsters from below.
The fucking Brumach, bro, in the back. Just holding it down. But you guys see what I'm saying about the shoulders? Like, their shoulders just look fucking flat. Maybe that's the armor. But like, their forearms should be huge. I don't know. Yeah, we know Marcus got the scar from the Locust. We know this. I'm saying, how do they pick up Carlos's tag after the Pendulum Wars, after Marcus gets his scar? There's got to be something there that we're missing.
Versus the soldiers that hold the line in a war for survival.
You okay? No way this is real.
You see what I'm saying? This guy, I hate to say it, he's going to get shit on this whole game. I can feel it, man.
It's pretty fucking real to me. On your feet.
This was our opportunity to focus on what makes Gears' characters so special and what makes our enemies so iconic.
Hold on, that looked like it was the beginning of the game, like right before the first gameplay started. Because Dom has something in his hand for melee. Mags has something in her hand. Hold on, did he just have a fucking huge sledgehammer?
Survival.
You okay?
Wait. He's got nothing in his hand.
No way this is real. It's pretty
He just had nothing in his hand, right?
fucking real.
I don't know. Maybe he picked it up. Maybe he picked it up. I don't know. But he just spawned in a crowbar.
On your feet.
This was our opportunity to focus on what makes Gears' characters so special and what makes our enemies so iconic. The entire campaign is played from the perspective of our new squad, Bravo. As the invasion breaks out, you'll meet Mags Carter, a former Gear now sweating it out at Kelowna's emulsion refinery.
Right, she's fucking blind. She's half blind. I do like her armor. Her armor's pretty nice. Does that mean... It said she was a private. What's the scars on her armor mean? I'm betting right now it's probably the death, like the deaths that she's witnessed.
Why don't you come talk shit when your balls drop?
Bruh. Emasculating a man. I love it.
And quit going through
He looks good though.
my stuff.
And you'll also meet rookie cadet Lucas Reyes.
What the hell?
A sharp comms officer who never made it to the front lines despite his dreams of military glory.
He's just gonna be scared the whole game.
Holy fucking shit.
Mags and Lucas, together with Marcus and Dom, are 4 soldiers thrown together, fighting through tensions with each other while fighting the Locust, ultimately forging their bonds in battle.
We follow Bravo Squad with...
I'll say this. Marcus doesn't need to look angry all the time, guys. He's just so angry all the time.
While fighting the Locust, ultimately forging their bonds in battle.
Like, look. Hold on. I'm gonna slow down. Watch his face. He's like, he's just angry the whole time. God dang, bro.
Cinematic cameras, just like the intense war movies we love. The shots are intentionally gritty and a bit shaky, and leaning into these rough edges is what makes you feel like you're right in the middle of the action.
Bravo's story also...
Wait.
And leaning into these rough edges is what makes you feel like you're right.
Is this Dom? Or is this Marcus? Oh, okay, it is Dom. Okay. I thought it was Marcus running to save Dom, and then it like switched from Dom to saving Marcus. Okay.
Bravo's story also intertwines with others called to defend the city, including
Ty
returning
Kaliso.
characters like warrior-philosopher Ty Kaliso.
Our roads converge again.
Oh, Ty looks so good.
Marcus Phoenix. Ty.
Look at him! Look at that sexy specimen, bro. The fucking... Oh, he looks so good. It's the best I've ever seen Ty look. He is going to be the most used character in multiplayer. I'm betting it right now. Yeah, I think Ty is going to be one of the 4 characters. I do. Or he's going to be like a tag along or something like that.
And fans
Oh,
of
he
Lost
looks
will
so
finally
good.
Get to see the hard-ass Raven pilot Gil Getner in...
I don't know who the fuck that is. Gil Getner? Raven Crew Specialist? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? I know she's from the comics, but like, is she a big part of the comics or? She's not the woman in Gears she's not the woman in Gears 1. What woman? What woman Transformers? What's going on, Lost? We are going deep into this fucking thing, dude. In Act 4 of Gears 1?
game for the very first time.
Let's go and fuck this mess.
Marcus and Dom are absolute legends. You can spot those strong jaws.
Something just seems off about Marcus. I don't know how to explain it. The fact that he's always looking like this all the time, that's probably what it is.
And thick necks from a mile away. But if you go too realistic, you lose those unique features that make them stand out. Honestly, Marcus just isn't Marcus.
That looks more like Marcus.
If you take away his classic permascout. So instead of chasing perfect realism, we
Maybe it's his eyebrows being too light?
focused on making them believable
Maybe?
and memorable. Respecting the details
Because, like, he looks a lot better in that.
that really make them who they are.
Material and character fidelity in Gears of War E-Day far surpasses anything we've been able to achieve before. Our facial animation systems have been completely upgraded for E-Day.
Oh my god, bro. Lost. Lost 206 coming in with a $9.99 super chat. I need the coalition to be full steam ahead now. Consistent content, man. No more ghosting or going silent until the beta. Give us some more shit to work with. They can't go dark for 2 months. Thank you, Lost, for the super chat. Fucking goated, brother. I think we're gonna see more this month. I doubt we're just gonna see this direct and nothing else until the beta. Because we haven't seen Horde, we haven't seen multiplayer, we haven't seen a lot of specific mechanics in the game. Like, they didn't talk about mechanics too much. They were very base level with the mechanics.
With 3 times more joints and over 350 facial shapes sculpted for each head alone to really represent the emotion in our characters. Marcus has more detail in his eyelashes than his entire character model did in the original Gears of War on Xbox 360.
Phoenix. Marcus.
Like, is it just me? Is it just me? Maybe it's the new engine. But, like, Dom looks good. I think it's the scar. It might be the scar. Because he looks completely different with that scar. Yeah, I think it might be the scar.
Sergeant, 26 RTI C Company.
Because he looks so young without it.
Next to kin, Adam Phoenix.
With the amount of layers we have, we've never had fidelity at this scale.
Bro, Dom looks so good, though. Look at him. He got that fucking... He's posing, bro. Dom looks so good.
Combined with a much more sophisticated animation rig, this allows us to have way more expressive characters with a huge range. From a small smirk...
Look, he's smiling.
to yells on the battlefield.
Come and get some, you goddamn grubs!
Your experience takes on a new intensity. We're pushing the graphical limit.
Yeah, they're in their 20s.
With 4K Ultra HD resolution, native HDR10 rendering, hardware ray tracing at 60 frames per second in campaign, and up to 120 frames per second in multiplayer.
Oh, the tickers are gonna go crazy.
To make them more believable, we made them scarier. The drones are wild and vicious. The boomers are even bigger this time.
God, bro. Such a unit. Such a unit.
Onto the battlefield.
And look at that. The fucking... I wonder where this is. Like, this looks linear. You know? This looks linear. But the rest of the city doesn't. What does it say on his... I don't know what that says.
The wretches scream so loud it disorients you before they rip you apart.
Look at that. But why is he the only one that's armored? Maybe the other ones don't scream or something? He kind of looks blind. You see that? He's got kind of like a gray-white tint to his eye? Maybe?
And the
fucking Reavers look sick.
Reavers, they crawl up buildings and rain fire from above.
That's crazy.
Basically, the whole Locust army, whether new or old, are more intense than ever before.
Can I play this game yet?
So what now, Marcus? We save everyone we can.
That's what I'm talking about. He's always fucking angry. Why are you so angry, Marcus? Take a chill pill. Take a chill pill.
Gears of War has never been a horror game, but the world has always felt horrifying.
Ooh.
E-Day, we lean into that even more. Our new gore system means damage.
I
feels
love the new
immediate,
gore
responsive,
system.
and satisfying.
And look, hold on. I'm sure they're going to show more of it. They're going to pull up a list here that's got like a bunch of characters and stuff. Oh, look at all that blood. And the boomer. You can literally chainsaw a boomer now. That is crazy. I love that. I love that. New deep dive on the Xbox channel. What do you mean? Look at that. His whole fucking arm came off. Beautiful. See right here. Cog soldier male, cog soldier female, feral wretch, armored wretch, drone unarmed, drone rifle, drone shotgunner. Are they not just grenadiers? Drone sniper, drone advanced rifle, drone advanced shotgunner, drone advanced sniper, drone scorched legion rifle? Scorched Legion is a new variant. Drone Scorched Legion Shotgunner, Drone Scorched Legion Sniper. Boomer. Oh, it is a grinder. That is a grinder. Okay. Chain Boomer. Vrock. Flutter. Flutter. Maybe that's the fucking thing that shoots out the acid. Reaver, Cedar, Corpser, Unarmored Brumok. How about that? How about that, guys? Just trying to see if there's anything else there. No, I don't see anything else.
Berman system will rip it clean off in glorious detail.
I do like that.
The Nasha is going to get you the most satisfying shots, covering you in blood.
Bye-bye.
Or pop heads from afar with the long shot. We've revamped our favorite weapons for E-Day. And of course, we also have some fun new ones for even more brutal ways to tear your enemies apart. The new Gut Puncher grenade launcher.
Gut Puncher. That's what the fuck it is.
It's a cog weapon that fires armor-piercing explosive rounds. Quick fire a round to let it explode, or hold the trigger to control when it detonates. That means you can place a well-timed explosion behind an enemy protected by cover, or with practice,
like a Bushka.
Its long-range eco closing potential. The Incinerator
just a little better.
is our new shotgun. You can
Incinerator.
see the emulsion literally melt the skin off an enemy's body. Before,
Looks like it doesn't have
you
much
probably get
shots,
into a
though.
grapple if an enemy came charging at you. Now, you feel the power of getting to incinerate them when they get close. And of course,
Look at that.
the Lancer.
Oh, juicy.
Nice. The creation of the Chainsaw
Haha.
Lancer is another origin story from lore.
Easter egg, when Marcus and Dom are in the armored prayer bar, there's a Coltrane poster. Yeah, we know. We already went through this.
That we wanted to show in E-Day. From
Hold on. There's a stock on the fucking Lancer. Bro, oh my god. Lost coming in with a $4.99. Xbox YouTube account dropped a 40-minute deep dive into gameplay, interviewing the Bro, what? You're kidding.
Games
Bro,
in this
what the
podcast are
fuck?
from E-
All right,
Games in
boys.
this podcast
We're
are
here.
from E to M.
Everybody, welcome to the official Xbox
Holy
podcast.
shit,
The only
that's
podcast
bright.
coming to you from inside Xbox, or today, inside
Let's
the
go!
PlayStation Studios in Vancouver, Canada, where we're going to get our first deep dive look at Gears of War E-Day. Let's check it out.
Everybody better invite everybody. Invite everybody. Invite everybody. When did this drop? 50 minutes ago? Let's go.
This week, we learned a ton about Gears of War E-Day at the Xbox Game Showcase and the Gears Focus Direct, which followed right afterwards. But I will say one of the things we always hear from players in the comments, they love to see pure gameplay video to really get a feel for what is coming their way. And, well, that's what we have for you right now. And even better, in order to help us break this down, we are joined from
Go deep, please.
people who are making this game. Aryan, Nicole, Matt, how are you doing? Great.
Good. Yeah, really good.
And so it's been a little while since I've been here. It's been, I think it was like 2019. We were, for Gears
Thank you,
5,
Lost, for letting me know.
People up here, and it's great to be back. But one of the things I will say is, like, I'm seeing familiar faces and I'm seeing new faces. So, like, how have things been up here at the Coalition? Like what's evolved and changed over the past 7 years?
I mean, it's been a journey making E-Day, and it started really after we finished Gears 5 and Tactics. We shipped a bunch of things just afterwards, and around that time we were looking at what the next game was going to be. But also right around that time the world went into a big change. The pandemic hit.
Yep.
So at our studio,
Hive Busters was
we had
so
a chance
good.
to reflect on Gears.
Not the best thing
and
I've ever played, but it was
franchise.
good.
We talked to fans. We sort of explored what the game meant to us. At the same time, we had this crew that had been building games together for a decade or more, and specifically Gears. So we had deep affinity, obviously, with the franchise. People love it, but also a bunch of experience. And then through the pandemic, we did this reflection on the franchise. We picked our direction on E-Day, and we had this cool influx of new energy
Such
and
a
people
good
that
trailer.
joined the studio, along with some of the people that had been working together for so long. So yeah, lots of change, lots of familiar faces, lots of awesome energy, and driving towards this vision we had for E-Day, and finally getting to near the finish line and getting to show it to people.
That's awesome. One of the things as we were walking into this room, I noticed a mural which seemed new, and the one that says "Never Fight Alone."
Yeah.
I would love to know what that means to the Coalition.
Yeah, there's a lot of new murals. It's fantastic to see us kind of put that up into the studio, because we've really elevated over the past few years as kind of like a mantra inside the team. It's kind of always been around for Gears. It's been a tagline sometimes, but it actually was in like a design doc way, way, way back, and it really was kind of meant to describe co-op play. But over time, it's just taken on a lot more meaning for us in terms of, why we build Gears, the stories that we tell in our games, the values that we have as a team and how we work as a team and how we support each other. And then also kind of what's going on, with our fans and how they relate to the game and the stories. And ultimately, it's just about like having each other's backs and like getting through life. And, it's a really nice rallying call to everything that we do, and it kind of brings everything home in terms of what Gears means to us and to fans, and yeah, just what we're making.
How is the team feeling here in this final stretch before launch this fall?
I think the team's feeling pretty good. This is kind of the time where we've put in a ton of effort, but the finish line starts to show itself. And I think that's really invigorating, because you start to realize that all the hard work we've done, it's gonna come out soon, and people will get to see it finally.
Release it now.
So I personally, I'm feeling pretty invigorated. Like I said, we have been cranking for a long time. I'm sure fans are wondering what took so long, but we just, I think as you start to see the product come together, you start to get the sense of, whether you've fulfilled all the promises you made 4 or 5 years ago in pre-production. I think we've done that. So I'm quite excited. It's an exciting time right now.
And it's exciting for us and for me, because now we are going to apply Never Fight Alone to watching together as we see this new gameplay video. So what do you say? Should we jump in?
Let's go. Yeah.
Fucking let's go.
This is the Coalition Emergency Broadcast System.
There are reports of
Wait, are they just doing the same thing?
minor damage across Kelowna.
Is it just the same video?
Stay sharp. Don't let them surround you.
Cool. So we're in, and what's really cool about this very first moment in the demo is this is quite early in our game. This is the moment these Gears Bravo Squad pick up a gun for the first time. So we give you a snub off this police car, and the shit has just hit the fan. So you're seeing the chaos as a player, the exact same.
What's up with the fucking
Marcus?
Is this in 1080p? That's it.
And Dom and everybody else is seeing it.
Yeah, and it was really important for us as like a first gameplay reveal to drop you like right into that first night of chaos, right into the invasion and pay that off.
Bro, can you talk about the active reload?
Yeah, for sure. And another thing to notice is just the challenge we had where we had to build a city that's actually alive. In every other Gears game...
Bro, talk about the fucking gameplay.
All the shit's already happened and the cities are all destroyed, which is so much easier to build. But the amount of detail we've got to cram in so that players will actually, you know, credibly believe that this is a living, breathing city that we're about to rip apart.
We actually saw like a survivor running away. Like, I'm not used to seeing like other
some
people
get away. Some people
get away, some don't. There's so much stuff going on in this very first moment. There's wretches climbing up the train tracks. There's one on the bottom of the subway. They're like, you get a sense of like, not everybody, the characters, and even what we wanted here was that people can't take in how much just craziness is going on in this city as the monsters attack.
Yeah, I think,
bro, we're not going to talk about the changes.
I think another cool thing is, well, maybe not cool, but no matter how hard you try, you can't save everyone in this first street. Yeah. You're just walking through, you might be shooting a couple wretches off people, but there's 3 or 4 other ones eating people beside you. So that's a pretty important feeling because they're pretty underpowered right now, and the invasion is pretty heavy duty. So
Marcus and Dom were at the bar having a drink.
That's
yeah, you're seeing Marcus.
Yeah.
You're seeing Marcus and Dom in there.
I want them to talk about the game.
They're cash.
I know, I'm not nice to say, by the way, I
all
will
these
say,
changes.
Like, the brown jacket, you know,
right on point.
I would not take a photo next to him. It wouldn't look so great for me.
You would look
that
skinny next to
was a
him.
really fun exercise to try to figure out what these people would wear. Like we all know them in their armor, but we don't know them as casuals, right?
They're still larger than life, but maybe like it's like a football player without their pads in.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, Gears are always ripped. They're always kind of bigger than everybody else. It's just part of it. But it was a really fun exercise to go like, what would Marcus wear to a bar? And like, there's some really cool details, right? Like his cog tags are under his nice tight V-neck. And also like, he never takes off his bandana, like little details
he's
like that.
got a chain wallet. He felt like that would be appropriate for Marcus.
Backing it up, you mentioned this is Bravo Squad. Who am I seeing here besides Marcus and Dom?
Right. So we have Marcus and Dom, obviously, and 2 new characters. So Mags Carter, who's a veteran of the Pendulum Wars. She's from Kelowna. She's working in the emulsion refineries now. She's sort of like returned to the brotherhood she had before, but she's the person who's seen the most in battle. And then we've got Lucas Reyes. He's a rookie. He's a comms officer who actually never made it to the front, like very competent, and he had sort of dreams of glory, but never made it there. And these 4 people in this first moment, they just happen to be in the same place, but these are 4 Gears who, when it breaks out, they run towards the threat while everyone else is running away.
So I see active reload is back, which
thank God.
Thank you. It hasn't always been in the middle of the screen like that, has it?
It's never been in the middle of the screen. Yeah, obviously this is a game built from scratch. Like it's a new game built to feel like Gears, but it is new. So there will be some things that feel very familiar, some things that are new, and some things that are just a little bit different and evolved. And one of them was active reload. It's such a staple of Gears games. It's like adds to the tension of reloading your weapon, how you manage your weapon, whether or not you're going to jam it, get extra damage. And honestly, it's so central to the experience that sometimes we find new players lose it in the top corner, and it's part of your aim experience, and it makes the most sense to put it where you're aiming, where you're...
I don't agree with that, man. I don't. I just don't. That's why you make tutorials. That's why there's a tutorial. You know what I'm saying?
You're firing. And there's some cool new stuff tucked in the active reload. I don't know if everybody caught it.
No,
Tell me.
What is it?
So you can see in this demo, when we use the Gnasher in there, some of our weapons now have single shell loading. So you can see each shell load in the active reload bar. And actually you can interrupt your reload to fire a shell immediately and basically trade off having a smaller clip to get your shot out at a time of
like a Call of
urgency
Duty pump
if you
action.
need it.
Yeah.
That's useful.
To Matt's point, the other thing that when you see in a demo, we take some things away from the screen that just so you get this
Blood Omen?
full screen experience.
For
of the
cinematic
game.
purposes.
Totally. So obviously the Omen is back, in terms
As
of
you're
like
taking
health
damage.
damage. Yep. You see your weapon up at the top. We've kept that for the demo. But just, we wanted to show the game full screen so you kind of get that cinematic immersive experience.
figured.
But all those kind of signature things are obviously back.
Okay, let's jump into this this next scene then.
Okay.
Is there going to be a gameplay demo for us to play?
Let me see what I can do.
I'm at the pay and save. I need backup.
These cars remind me, I feel like there's pictures of my parents.
Yeah, the reload wasn't broken for 20 years. Why replace it now?
Parents leaning against
People know
walls.
where the fuck it is.
So that's kind of on purpose. One of the things we thought about a lot at the beginning of this journey was, what the style of the city was going to be. And, we're kind of going back in a way to fill in a hole in the story of the lore of E-Day. So this sort of nostalgic vibe felt right. And to go with that, cars that felt like they're from the 70s. The city has a, New York in the 70s was sort of our inspiration. So it just felt right. Everything feels a little bit older and a little bit clunkier, which kind of aligns with the Gears vibe anyway.
I mean, it is a different time period, so pulling elements of Earth nostalgia and Saren nostalgia together was a really great way to make us feel like we'd gone back in time to a world that, frankly, nobody's actually seen, right? Like, we've never shown pre-E-Day Sarah before.
And now we know the price of gas was much lower.
That's right. And the other advantage is most of these cars from that era are really blocky, and that obviously helps with cover.
Yeah, I will say, actually, one of the cool things that you just get a glimpse of in here and maybe a bit more in our Dev Direct is building E-Day in a city. We chose to put it in one city. Ultimate Gears playground. Like, in a game that's all about cover, you get just this huge range of options: cars, buildings,
planters,
destruction, planters, trains, all sorts of things that make sense. And then we rip the ground up and we make all these organic shapes. So you can actually see in that sequence there where the Corpser comes out of the ground, one of our new cover types, we have low ground cover. So you can see Marcus slam in all the way down to the ground and take this low stance and crawl along it. So we have some cover that's a little more hectic, a little more dangerous. And of course, you'll see in other footage a lot more versatility in how we move, a lot more fluidness, mantles, vaults, all sorts of things. So we were able to open the range of cover types, create more organic spaces that you can move and flow through without losing that fundamental part of Gears, which is cover is life. Like, that's how you live.
Yeah, it's just not always tie cover.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that this shows, and I'll throw it to Matt, is you get to see Slide. You get to see Marcus slide.
Oh, right there?
Yeah, so there's a couple moments in here. So we've added Slide to the game. The movement for E-Day is built from scratch. There's nothing that we ported from past Gears. First thing we did was try to make sure we hit what Gears feels like, right? How it feels to go into cover, keep the heaviness. But it was important to us that we added more fluidity. So there are some obvious changes. The sprint camera has moved out so that you get a little more visibility. You can run a little bit more. And tying to run, we added Slide to the game. And Slide lets you sort of tie in that fluidity to a bunch of cool opportunities. You can slide into cover, obviously. You can slide under some things, under trucks and through gaps and things. Or you can see sort of in this demo, we slid past a planter and then kind of popped ourselves into cover really fluidly. It's in addition to the core of Gears. We've got that core center of movement around cover and choice. And then we try to layer these new movement mechanics sort of around it to just give you more options and really an experience that just feels like Gears, but more modern, I guess, more dynamic.
from the reaction, I'm assuming they had never seen a Corpser before, because I think they're like, what the fuck is that?
I think that's the first one in the game.
Yeah, that's the first full view. Yeah.
I mean, you see the arms of it kind of come out when the SkyTrain goes down. But yeah, there's a lot of, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
We get to experience the Locust the way the squad does. So there is a lot of, in this game, there is a lot of, holy, what the shit?
What else would you say?
I mean, this demo does jump time just a little bit through a mission. Obviously, we're kind of cutting out.
Yeah.
But there is a cool little sequence you see there where Rookie, Lucas spots the legs first when the train collapses, tries to call them out, and nobody else saw it, and then it comes up later.
You see that? It was something big! Like huge crab fingers picking up through the street!
Just the adrenaline, kid. We need to keep moving through the underpass.
I think we have a beat in that mission earlier where he's like, I told you,
He's like,
giant fucking spider legs. And like,
we also saw the retro Lancer, I guess in this era, the current Lancer.
That's right.
And
not retro, just Lancer.
Just Lancer. Yeah. And I saw you kept like the you know, for me, one of the most satisfying, you do the charge and then the
impaling.
Impaling.
Yeah, one of the things you see there when you did that execution is that Marcus gets covered in blood when that moment happens. So we've put in a few extra things to allow you to see kind of the world touches you as a player and you touch the world. And you can see that on the player themselves. We do that throughout the campaign as well with blood and dirt. So in different moments, the blood level on the character will go up and then it'll go down, same with dirt. So in previous Gears, we've always had super shiny armor and it looks really good and it looks great in HDR and everything. But I think this is just another level of sort of believability that just kind of removes that barrier and people feel like they're more immersed in what's...
It's not about it being believable, though. It's a video game. It needs to be gory as shit.
What's going on around them.
Feels super satisfying when you're doing Nasher shots and you're just getting like covered
head to toe in blood.
Yeah. It's always been a game that people have used the term visceral, and now you have visceral.
Yeah, it's the next level of that, for sure.
Is this one of those things? I know the Coalition is known as being like perhaps like the best Unreal Engine, like the best chops in UE
perhaps
out there. I'm trying to give some people, I don't want everyone to feel bad. Okay, the best with the Unreal Engine are these things that are now possible because of your mastery of Unreal Engine 5, or is it just like the art choice that you've chosen to do?
I think some of this stuff is just an evolution of what we've done before. Like, you know, for example, the blood and dirt. I don't think there's anything inherently in the engine that's allowed us to do that now. So there's a whole bunch of stuff where we've done this a few times now and now we're like one-upping it. But there's definitely tons of stuff we've done in this game that is tied to the tech that's available in Unreal.
Yeah, I think the evolution of like, you know, there's some stuff that for sure is just creative direction, deciding to do E-Day. I think the biggest thing we benefited from is the city. We made Kelowna so we could experience this global event in our lore at a very intimate scale and see the story of one place. And as a result, we basically built a whole city. like the identity of the city, the detail, the people, right down to the micro destruction and everything that's going on there. So we get that. But we literally built Kelowna. Like you can pull the camera up in the engine and look, and the city is there. And so every time you're in a level, you're looking somewhere else. Like it's the actual location of that other place, which I don't know that we could have done that before. And I think that's probably, you know, there's a long list of technology that's come with UE5 or we built here that has kind of allowed this whole package. But that's the thing that's benefited the most.
And not just build a city, but build a city to destroy it.
Yeah, and rip it apart. Build a city and rip it apart. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's not a static set, right? You're going to experience this world. You're going to see it fall. You're going to see the spectacle moments. You're going to traverse back into areas that were intact, and there'll be smoking ruins, and you'll see kind of that loss, and that really helps kind of like deepen the story and deepen the sadness and the the gravity of what happened and what Emergence Day was.
Yeah, I think that was an important thing for us, was to make the city feel like another character in our game, so that when you see it get destroyed, you actually feel something. You know, it's not just a set; it's actually a living, breathing character in our game that now is getting taken away despite your best efforts.
Yeah.
And in previous Gears games, everything's already destroyed.
Exactly.
It's just constant rubble, and it almost just, you become
you never
numb to it.
get to see it destroyed.
You're walking through the history of a place that fell a decade ago, right?
Yeah.
There's more to pick apart in this scene, so let's play it back one more time.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do. I'm at the pay and save. I need backup. These things are all over me.
More tremors.
Any gears out there? Anyone that can...
This is a cool moment, actually, because you see the police department there. It's part of this idea of the first night. They're just looking for help wherever they can. But this moment where the corpse rips through the ground, I think is a really awesome example of how we treat e-holes. We have, you know, the systemic ones that you close with frag grenades, but we also have these spectacle ones that just open up and sort of dump enemies out into space and collapse parts of buildings and cover you with smoke, which is just such a cool way to flood the city with this chaos.
Yeah, the other thing that's new for us with e-holes is sort of this color red, the red light that pours out of every e-hole. We sort of made this commitment early in pre-pro that red would be, you know, the e-hole color. We try to avoid using red anywhere else as much as we could. And
anywhere else? Look at this.
We keep it as primary and
It's
strong
so
as
red.
we can, which is kind of a bit of a challenge because...
But like, where is the red coming from, though?
It's not an easy color to work with. But basically, whenever you see red like this in the game, it's either an e-hole or it's danger. And I think after a while, that just subconsciously taps into the players. And when they see it, they're just going to know there's danger ahead. Of course, red is already associated with, you know, something bad or, you know, stop, you can't go, or danger. So it just kind of worked together. And it floods the space with red.
Yeah, we literally get no talk about Dom's kids or Maria.
Light, which is really cool. You get a real big change, and you can't really do that kind of stuff if you don't have, you know, the power in the engine to let you do it.
One of the cool things in that moment where they pour out too, and you see across this demo, we're seeing the beginning of this invasion that we unroll through E-Day, right? And so the very first enemies we see here are wretches, but they're not armored the way you normally see wretches in Gears games. And that's because we're seeing sort of that first wave of shock troops like, come through the city, these like almost like attack dogs, the way the Locust used them. So one of the cool opportunities we had creatively was we get to go back to the Locust, but reintroduce them.
Like, you see their shoulders? Like, look at their shoulders. They're huge. Why are they so different on E-Day?
To Gears fans, like, what would it be like to see a wretch without armor come out and be used as this sort of like massive monster invasion force? But we're introducing these enemies to the characters in the game, so they're reacting. And anybody who's coming to a Gears game for the first time is getting to experience...
Even in the trailer, the fucking
Locust
drone is
the
huge.
way Marcus and Dom experienced it, right? Like seeing a wretch for the first time, seeing a drone for the first time, seeing them pick up a gun for the first time. Like, that stuff's all in the first night of E-Day, which is really cool.
Yeah, they kind of go from like, are these animals to are these monsters to like,
they're using guns,
they
they're smart.
say die groundwalkers,
Yeah.
they shoot you.
They
like,
fucking
this is
talk, Marcus. Like, there's a line
there's an
Dom has
army
in there.
here,
Yeah.
so it's really cool to do that progression.
Yeah, one cool little tidbit about those wretches is they look like a skinnier, like malnourished version of a real wretch. And the thinking was we wanted the beginning to feel a little bit like a zombie movie. There's just armies of them coming. And so what we thought is, what if they took all these wretches, put them in cages, didn't feed them, turned them into hungry, rabid attack
There's not a
dogs,
whole lot of
and
them,
then
though.
released them all into the streets. So that's sort of why they look like that. And then as you go forward, you start to see the, you know, the bulked up wretches. Then they have armor, so you get the full range.
I never was scared of wretches before. I was like, this is where
Oh, they'll rip your head off.
Yeah.
If you
They do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Alright.
DB and a wretch jumps on you, it'll rip your head
Yeah.
off. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got claws.
And teeth.
And teeth, lots of
I
them.
think there's a line in here. You hear someone yell, "They're fucking eating people,"
They're
which
eating
they also
people.
do.
Yes.
There's one up close and personal right here.
Yeah, so we, as I mentioned, you know, this demo kind of jumps through a level, but we're sort of tracking this storyline where they meet the other gear that's out in this part of town for the first time. So what's cool when we get to the grocery store here is obviously we find Mako, who's one of our new characters, and he's got a Vulcan, like a classic Gears weapon, but he's all alone out here. He's been holding this place.
He runs out of ammo.
Runs out of ammo, which is a thing that happens with him several times. Yeah, and we get to see sort of this moment, the first moment in the story of Bravo finding the other Gears in the city, reconnecting and sort of becoming a squad that's part of a larger force.
Yeah, it's really cool. Little by little, you start seeing there's other soldiers out there. There's a little bit of a, command coming together to try to fight back as much as they can. And
can we talk about specific gameplay things? Like, this is a gameplay deep dive.
And that's really
Holy
fun
fuck.
to see that evolution throughout the campaign.
This is a really big arena here. I feel like they're coming in from
we have
all
much bigger
different-
arenas than this.
Oh,
but-
okay. Because this almost feels like a horde map to me, where they're coming in from all different directions, and you can't just hunker down in one place and survive.
I mean, like, e-holes are iconic for a reason, right? They're cool, they've got a cool idea, but functionally, they're just a great spawn closet. Like, as a video game mechanic, it means your enemy can pop up anywhere. We can change the front lines. They've obviously got strategy in with them. You can see one of the squad mates chucks a grenade in and closes it in this one. So it's just awesome to bring it back. And getting to, like, imagine the pay and save this grocery store was so cool because, I mean, like, obviously an awesome Gears map. Obviously, we got to flex our destruction, our lighting, our our reflection systems, and it's also like pulled straight out of a Gears book, out of lore. So this moment that we build up to in here about this grocery store and a bayonet snapping and the reveal of Ty is us sort of. We had to tweak a few things to make E-Day work, but wherever we needed to tweak the lore a little bit, we tried to really respect what's out there. And so even his dialogue is straight from the scene in the book where this actually happens.
Kind of call it like a lift and shift a
Yeah.
little bit. Like, it was really important for us not to make any unnecessary retcons and, keep true to kind of what was out there in the extended media. And we needed to introduce the Lancer into this game. We couldn't have a Gears game without the Chainsaw Lancer.
Yeah.
This moment actually takes place like a year later in the books, but it's such a fantastic scene with a character we all love, Ty,
There he is.
and to be able to bring him into E-Day and bring him
They're
into
literally talking nothing new.
this moment, like
And
What an intro, right?
introducing
Covered in
him.
blood.
in this way, like the
Yeah.
most quintessential Gears way ever.
Yeah.
I think it just all came together perfectly, and hopefully those, hardcore fans forgive us a little bit for taking that. But we really wanted to be able to show this on screen as well.
Also, I think people are going to be stoked to see a chainsaw because
Yes.
as soon as they see this, they're going to go, "Oh, hold on a second, something's happening." This is leading up to
Yeah,
something.
and it is, it's the invention of the Chainsaw Lancer did come from a hardware store chainsaw, and it's so fantastic to kind of see like that origin story play out so crisply and amazing,
Viscerally.
Yeah.
That's another great example of Ty getting covered in blood after that execution. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get Marcus on his back foot, and there's a bunch of great things in that scene.
Yeah, so one thing that's kind of cool, that's a really small detail in here, is just we're coming out of the Pendulum Wars into peace for the first time.
Yeah.
We don't get to spend a ton of time in Kelowna before that happens, but what you get to see all over Kelowna is the echoes of that. So in our signage, you're seeing, victory celebrations, you're seeing
Peacetime discounts
in the grocery store.
Or
You're literally
veteran
seeing,
centers for
veteran
support.
centers,
Yeah.
recruiting centers.
Newspapers.
So we weren't able. We got to pick up a gun and shoot in this game. So we're not spending hours walking around the city in peacetime, but you get to see the echoes of what could have been, the hope and everything that's lost.
I love
even in
those
this grocery
TVs,
store.
by the way. I think we might have had one when I was little.
Yeah,
Wood
that's right.
paneling.
Big CRT
lights,
It's
wood
part of that retro vibe. All the technology in Gears has always been sort of Vietnam era tech, we say, or retro tech. There's no LCD panels, they're all CRTs, and you see the cash registers are all old school. So I think all that, there's vending machines, everything just has that sort of retro vibe, and that kind of really comes together to create a style that has a through line throughout the whole game.
So one of the things that we get to show in here too is an unarmed drone. So similar to the Wretches, we wanted to introduce drones even in a new way, and we have skipped ahead.
I really hate how they're not talking about gameplay. Like, what the fuck? This is a gameplay deep dive. Where the fuck are you guys talking about the gameplay?
A little bit in here, but you see, like, actually in the game, before they ever see a drone pick up a gun, they just see a drone try to rip you apart with this.
Like, what the fuck are these bars in the active reload section? What the fuck's the circle in the right next to the Retro Lancer icon? Is there a toggle for the fucking active reload? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
We wanted to really emphasize that, yeah, they can use weapons, but they're just terrified.
They didn't talk about the jump. They barely touched on the slide.
They want to rip the limbs off of people.
And these unarmed drones, they show up, they do their little scream, and then they come right at you. So they're not taking cover. They don't have guns. They're just charging right at you. Yeah, they're rushing at you.
So that was not like a canned moment. That's like an emergent thing. Like if the player was a little bit faster on the Nasher, like you could have not been tackled.
And
somebody fumbled his reload on purpose.
I might have fumbled the reload maybe on purpose for demo reasons. I know how to reload, everybody.
That would never happen.
Everybody on the internet who is saying get good, it's a demo. There's things we have to do. But yeah, honestly, that moment is the moment that those are designed for. If you're not watching your flank, and your buddy's not watching your flank, it's a co-op game. You know, if one of those guys spawns, they'll take you straight to the ground. But every drone has this kind of in them. If you're DB&O'd, one will jump on top of you and try to rip you apart. We have some drones who, if they DB&O, they will or drop their weapon, they will go into that rage state and come for you. So it's sort of like an extension of DB&O as a mechanic, pulled in with the drones. You saw Dom come up and save Marcus there, so they can come pull you off. You can shoot the drone from afar. So everything we build is about trying to get that, obviously the vibes of Gears, Locust, brutality, but also always thinking about how our mechanics can make the game play in co-op, right? It's all about the squad. I mean, it's all about never fight alone. Like that statement goes all the way down to what the smallest mechanic in the game about how a drone feels when it tackles you and takes you to the ground.
One thing to look at here with the close-up of Marcus, we always have close-ups in our game just to kind of flex where our character fidelity is. We would never have been able to do this kind of camera, you know, with where we were before. So obviously that has a lot to do with the engine. Technology's moved a lot, nanite. There's a bunch of things that have come together to allow us to get this close. We really revamped completely the way we capture our character performances, the way we model their likeness, all the poor detail, all that stuff. The groom, you're seeing groom in gameplay.
For me, I would like that light to be gone. Like, this should be a very dark scene. And it's incredibly light.
And cinematics for the first time. It's all based on little geometry cards, and that looks fine, but it can only take you a certain way. So there's a lot of firsts that you're seeing with the characters, and that shot of Marcus getting choked out is a good example.
This kind of reminded me, I got a little bit of a flashback of like General Rom lifting up men in the original.
We've got some good callbacks in this game. I think people are going to find a lot of really cool, we all have our favorite moments from Gears, right? Like across all the games, and a lot of them are echoed in here. Like, we're not trying to one-to-one them, but the E-Day is for us, was a journey on talking about the vibes and moments in past Gears games. And like I said, we're going to build a new game from scratch. Nothing ported, all from scratch. But how much of that, the way it plays, the nostalgia, the way it feels, the story beats, the characters, the vibes, the music, the look, everything. So I think people will find, like you said, there's a callback to that moment with Rom. They're all over the place in this game.
It's like a homecoming. Yeah. It's like getting back to the roots of what makes Gears so special. And you kind of find it across the entire game.
So obviously, I've said a couple times I kind of rebuilt everything from scratch. There's just more fluidity, more mantling, all that stuff. But one of the biggest additions we made to the game is the idea, we added a jump button to Gears, which in the past has been really tough to figure out, but we worked hard on it and we found a way to just blend it into our movement, keep the heaviness. It's not a platforming game. We're not going to give you giant levels where you have to jump, climb, but you can see even just in this little moment in the grocery store.
Finally, they're talking about it. It took fucking 30 minutes.
It opens up flanking routes, right? You can now jump up, get on top of trucks. I get on top of the freezer here, pop over to another place, drop behind somebody, still risk reward, right? You can't see always where you're going. You might drop into a place and get surrounded. Your buddy's got to get over there and pick you up. I think in the dev direct, you see little clips of some of the larger arenas and they have a couple stories of verticality. They have multiple routes. And across the game, we were just able to sort of expand and tweak how you see the battlefield.
What button is the jump button?
Well, what's your control setting? Yeah, I mean, every Gears game.
Will they get into the running mechanic?
Has added and subtracted mechanics because there is a limited number of buttons on the controller. There are trade-offs for sure. There are things that were in the original games that you won't find here because we did build it from scratch and we decided where we wanted to put buttons and certain mechanics. There are things for sure in the future we might look at bringing back as we layer in mechanics and stuff like that. But we wanted to really focus on what it would be like to take the pillars of Gears movement and combat and build a game around those pillars, but in 2026, right? Like, what would that look like?
Think about
like,
that.
what would that? Well, I was like, when did we start and when did we end? But what would it look like to build a game around those same pillars that the original Gears was built about, but do it today? Yeah.
This is the exact moment that the Lancer becomes the retro Lancer, I feel like.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
The moment of obsolescence.
Except, of course, you can still get them and still cut guys' heads off.
Yeah, it's still really fun.
Yeah. By the way, there's another tiny little thing tucked in here, which is Marcus has a couple of iconic scars in the other games.
The lip scar.
One of them he gets in prison, so you're not going to see in this game, but one of them he gets on his lip right there.
Yeah.
So all the Marcuses in the future, this was it. This is when he got it.
Drone's like, I'm gonna give you a little nick.
There's one origin story left to tell. The origin of the do-rag. We'll leave that for.
Our roads converge again.
We should talk.
It's so
actually
crazy
about
they're not talking about the
who
sprint.
is playing Ty, because we have a new actor playing Ty Kaliso, Mati Ruwange Heta Morris from New Zealand. He's the arm wrestling champion of New Zealand.
Arm wrestling champion of New Zealand.
Is that how he got the role?
He is Ty.
He is Ty. This is his first
new voice
game.
actor.
He is a wonderful, wonderful human, and he really embodies, Ty's spirit and
physicality.
And physicality, and just a fantastic all-around
and
person.
Tattoos.
Yeah, and tattoos. So just really excited to kind of like bring Ty, into 2026. He's such a small part of Gears 2.
But yet such a fan favorite.
Such a
we
fan
were like,
favorite. And we
it was an
love
easy decision. It was like, who do we want to spend more time with? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, Ty.
Yeah. So yeah.
Easter eggs?
Yeah, so we left a little treat at the end, obviously, just some smash cuts of things from across the campaign, which is, of course, just part of the game, but there's all sorts of stuff tucked in these
There's
shots.
so much there.
There's so much there. There's like snippets of the,
New enemies.
even though it's all in one city, we get a huge range of environments.
Are we going to talk about the fucking sprint mechanic?
Time of day, we go to the outskirts, you're seeing new enemies, like the bile frog in there.
I was wondering,
and some other stuff.
I feel like, it was spitting emulsion?
He's spitting acid. So there's lots of emulsion in the game. He's spitting acid. The cool thing about Locust coming from the Hollows is they enslave essentially Hollows creatures. So there's this untapped, like, you want to imagine a creature exists in the Hollow. A frog that spits acid? Hell yeah. And, Gears is awesome at that stuff. We've had that rockworms and all sorts of things in the past, but just this idea that anything could come out from underground. And we got to play with that. It's a nice mix of reimagining enemies we had and new enemies.
There's definitely a few more that aren't in there. So
We got
doesn't give everything away.
We didn't show everything.
Just some brief teases.
There's a couple other little
let's run back through that again.
Yeah, there's a couple awesome little moments in here. You're going to see, I think you'll see glimpses of new weapons. We have a Locust shotgun that fires raw emulsion and literally melts the skin off of people. Now, you see a boomer execution in there, so if you get him to low health, you can actually take him down to the ground and cut his head off.
Has the boomer always been that big? He's real beefy.
I mean, he was in our mind.
Yeah, how the fuck are they not talking?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are they not talking about the sprint mechanic? Bro, what? You call this the gameplay reveal deep dive, yet you're not talking about one of the most crucial things to Gears of War? Are you serious?
In real life,
I
he's
think
like,
that's part of taking what
They
we
barely
and fans
touched on the
remember
active
enough from
reload.
the old games, and then adding a bit more to it. So I think the Boomer's 8 or 9 feet tall.
9 feet.
he's not. He's like over 9 feet
He
tall.
can't go through doorways, just to bust his way in, and he just looks awesome in this way. That's why he's got to come down to a knee if you're going to take his head off.
Yeah,
So,
and all these guys we were able
Bro, the Berserker's going to be so fat.
to like, because we rebuilt it from scratch. We just, we didn't want you to just fight an enemy the way you had in the past. So you get too close to a Boomer, he'll knock you and throw you back across the playing field. Of course, he's also going to yell boom and shoot. And actually, you'll see he's got this is the proto boom shot. He's this big, heavy boom shot. It's different from the ones we've had in other games. But we were able to add little gameplay mechanics that essentially took what was cool about that Locust unit and create a more enhanced version of it that impacts how you play the game.
Yeah, like you see the Reavers, they're not just flying by you,
Yeah, they're not just turning in the middle of the ground. They'll fly and stick to a wall and crawl along it.
Yeah.
They drop off guys. Yeah, they drop
off guys. Yeah, so I mean, again, it takes the imagining of Emergence Day and what you have in your imagination, and it brings it to life. Yeah.
Ari and Nicole, Matt, thank you so much for that tour of Kelowna. While it still remains, it's just a little bit of that. I just want to talk a little bit before I let you go. Like, it's the 20th anniversary of Gears. I still remember in 2006, before I ever worked in the industry, playing with my buddy John Adams. We're playing E-Day together. I will find you. We will play this game together. But I'm just curious, like,
wall bouncing is out
to you, and
they didn't talk about it at all.
Gears remains so like resonant for
like. Where is the multiplayer talk? Where's the horde? Where is anything crucial to gameplay besides the campaign?
For people like after 2 decades.
Yeah, it's a big deal to us. Like, it means a lot to work on a franchise that's been around for so long. And I think it's exactly that. It's the memories you make with people. It's the experiences, whether you're playing the game in co-op and, the game presenting you these really fun moments that stick in your mind, perhaps like the first time you saw the Berserker or, playing co-op together, playing Versus or playing Horde. Ultimately, a lot of it comes down to the memories you've made, as well as I think just a lot of the elements of Gears that are just so enduring. The characters, their stories, Marcus and Dom, what they've gone through, the elements like the chainsaw lancer, the over-the-top thing. Yeah. So I think there's a lot in Gears that just, creates this enduring longevity that will be around for a long time. And it's really just, I think, an honor for us to be able to kind of steward that into the future.
Yeah, I think for sure it is an honor, but I think there's also kind of a little more personal side. Like a lot of the people that have been doing this for a long time that work in this building remember when Gears 1 came out. I remember when I was young.
Bro, the thing that pisses me off right now is that they changed so much shit and they barely touched on it. Like, look how much, hold on. We talked about blood, they talked about, there's like 30 seconds of the slide mechanic.
My career, looking at the things they were doing at Epic, the art pipelines and the workflows, it was really industry leading. It blew our minds. And we had to kind of like buy the books and look through the making.
It's like veterans don't even exist. It's what it feels like. It's what it feels like. Like, obviously, we wanted to change this and change that, build it from scratch. But we're not going to explain anything. Like, yeah, the active reload has been a staple for Gears. But we changed it. Oh, the wall cover mechanic has been crucial to Gears, but we changed it.
That information wasn't quite as readily available. And so to be able to sort of work on a game and add to that legacy and add to that franchise personally is a real honor and kind of a full circle moment.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I don't necessarily think when we started with E-Day that we were like targeting like 20th anniversary, but we did feel in the studio, all of us being huge fans, a bunch of us having worked on Gears for quite a while now, and feeling that ownership and sort of like importance of continuing the legacy. It did feel when it ended up lining up, E-Day and this, it did feel like it made sense, right? That we had this vision of this game we wanted to make that was about, you know, making a game a story we wanted to tell about those franchise icons, about kind of the emotional core of Gears. And obviously, like, every Gears game has taken some swings, and we wanted to take some too. And it just felt like an awesome time for us to line it up with that moment.
Well, thanks for bringing us, like, you know, new gameplay to look at. I'm very hyped up. The release date was announced. October 6th is when we're going to be playing this.
Yeah.
But there's ways to get your hands on the sticks to try out that active reload before that. Can you tell us about what's going on
Yeah, for
this
sure.
summer?
We're going to have some betas this summer. Obviously, we want people to come and play, feel the game. Betas are a great way for us to test the game. That's what they're for. But
2 months away, though, dude.
It's a great introduction to the way the game plays, seeing bits of Kelowna, and just a way to jump in and get back into Gears with your friends. Like,
make some more memories.
Yeah.
What's the best way to follow the Coalition and Gears between now and then to find out the latest when those things go
Gears
live?
of War on almost every platform.
Yeah, we're going to have more stuff to talk about between now and launch. So we're
How about you talk about the fucking mechanics?
excited to show things, and this is just the beginning.
We cannot wait. So we will be tuned in. We will try to get you back, but you should go back and make the game and finish the game. We'll let you do that, and we will let you go as well. We have a ton more content coming out of the Summer Game Fest and from Xbox Game Showcase, so check that out wherever you're watching this podcast. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bro, that was so pointless. That was so pointless. Uh... 40 minutes
Games
of
in this
what?
podcast range from E to F.
It literally did not talk about anything that a veteran has any feelings about. Like, can you just tell us why, like, they didn't talk about wall cancel? They barely touched on the active reload. Like, what the fuck is the 4 bars on the right side of the active reload system? Is there a toggle to turn it off? Like, nothing. I don't know, man. Just feels so weird to me. Like, you got this brand new game that has so many new things in it. And the best that you can come up with is 40 minutes of the most basic talk about, like, the most basic talking about the gameplay that I've ever seen. But, like, why the fuck would you call it a deep dive on the gameplay and barely talk about the gameplay and mechanics of the game? Does that make any sense? That's like me putting out Hold on. Let me think. That's like me putting out a basketball tutorial, right? And teaching you how to dribble a ball and pass the ball. That's it. I don't teach you how to shoot the ball. I don't teach you what these specific plays are. Nothing. That was the most basic fucking gameplay talk I've ever seen in my life. Like, you completely took away the fucking roadie run. And you didn't say shit about it? And the fact, like, I have to wait 2 more months to get my hands on the game for the beta. But we still don't know anything about multiplayer. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who's the new Dana? Or the new fucking community manager? Do we know that yet? Where's Gears of War? This is a good point by Visual Fidelity. The graphics look fantastic, but the gameplay looks too familiar. Enemy counts look low, AI looks copy-pasted from past entries, the world feels static. Give us dynamic weather, overwhelming enemy hordes, creative encounters, and actual battlefield chaos that feel like war. To think there's no rain. That whole gameplay we got. Where's the environment? Where's the rain? Where's the lightning? You know? Where's the environment? You disagree? How do you disagree? Bro, I can't believe I still have to play this game for 2 more months. This game shouldn't feel like war, it should feel like a planetary invasion. The fact that we only see like 10 wretches in that first section. Like what? This is E-Day? I don't know, man. I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't care. I'm just being completely honest with you. But like, the thing that I'm really worried about is that Gears has had such a specific way of playing things. Gears 5 did not do so bad at launch. The reason why Gears 5 was bad was because it was a fucking bad game. The multiplayer launch was horrible. I'm sorry, I'm getting fucking heated because they don't seem to be learning shit. They don't seem to be learning a goddamn thing. The amount of backlash that they got for Gears 5. Yeah, 25% of the human population dies on E-Day, yet we saw what, like fucking 5 people die? Bro, the fact that I have to play this fucking game for 2 more months. You're telling me after all this time, I still don't have a new game to play? Fucking wild. If you can wait 7 years, you can wait 2 months. They made the deep dive private? Really? Hold on. Bro, it's gone. What? No way. No way. What happened? Why the fuck did they take it down? Hold on. Let me check on my PC real quick. It's fucking gone, bro. What? No, it's not on the Xbox channel either. Oh, did it? Hold on. Did it show the PS5? Excuse me. Fuck, now I can't see. I can't go back in time. Hold on, let me see here. Give me 1 second, guys. It didn't show PS5 at all. No, it didn't show PS5 at all. So. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they were watching the channel. No.
I got zero sleep last night because I was painstakingly going frame by frame on all the new content we got about Gears of War E-Day. The Xbox Showcase gave us multiple trailers, tech demos, screenshots, pre-order bonuses, and so much more to look at. And today I'm going to show you everything I found that you may have missed in the new Gears of War E-Day footage.
Bro, what is going on? What in the fuck is going on here? Ryan, it was shit. It didn't show a PS5 box. Dude, I'm gonna look at it again. It just said Xbox at the end. It doesn't show anything else. I don't know. Is E-Day fake? Yeah, I don't know. Oh. I don't know what else to talk about, boys. I really don't. Jake, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Okay? Who cares? They took it down on X too? I don't know what's going on. I just wanted them to talk about the fucking, like, the mechanics. We've waited 7 years. And this game is like a completely new game, and you don't talk about the mechanics. I don't know. They barely talked about the mechanics in Ari. They didn't even bring up the sprint mechanic. It didn't even enter their mind. They barely talked about the slide. I mean, they literally talked about it for like 20 seconds. They spoke about shit we already fucking saw. They spoke about the reload being in the middle. They didn't go into depth about anything on the right-hand side of the active reload. Like, what the hell are the 4 bars in the top right of the reload? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, do you guys remember when TC put out the Reloaded trailer on Steam and it said there was co-op, and then they got called out and they took that out of the trailer? Jake, nobody's saying it's a bad game. We wanted the mechanics to be talked about. It's a fucking gameplay deep dive, and they didn't talk about the mechanics barely at all. Can you please explain, as a non-multiplayer player like myself, how the sprint being different is going to be so drastic? Listen closely. Roadie running has been in the game since 2006. It's how you get around everywhere. It's so important because we're talking about like wall bouncing and wall canceling. It looks like that's completely gone. And you literally hold a button to roadie run. That being taken out of the game is like, what? I would just love some explanation. They didn't even say shit about it. When did I say that, Ryan? I never said this game was shit. It was literally like a recap. They shouldn't have even put it out, to be honest with you. Like that was pointless. Send it to the Discord, Aiden. Because I didn't see it. Well, the thing that I'm so concerned about is they changed so much. They changed so much of Gears of War, and they barely touched on anything. Like, why does the Gnasher have 6 shots all of a sudden? Why is the active reload in the middle? Why can't we fucking roadie run anymore? Can you wall cancel? Can you... I don't know. It's like, dude, it's like if Halo 7 did the exact same thing to Halo, like, I don't know, man. And they just didn't touch about, like, they didn't talk about it at all. Bro, I'm not fucking whining. Oh my god. I make content for the fucking game. I'm trying to put out content for them, for other people to play the game. The fuck? Just talk about the shit. I'm not even talking about being a content creator. I'm talking about being a fucking fan. I'm upset that we put all this new shit in the game and we don't even fucking talk about it. The fuck, man? There was nothing new in that. They called it a gameplay deep dive, yet they don't fucking talk about anything. Like, I want to see how this stuff affects multiplayer and Horde. Because, like, multiplayer is going to play so different this time around. Like, without wall bouncing and stuff like that, I mean, it's going to play completely different. I think this is the perfect time to put in a beast mode or a war mode. You got the mechanics there. Just put it in the game. I just think it's so weird that they put all this pressure from Xbox onto this game and, like, they're not talking about changes. They very, very lightly touched on anything in that trailer. It wasn't a deep dive at all. It was like a recap. Like, they could completely overhaul this game, but I just don't want to see what they fucked up with Gears 5. Like, the fact that we have 6 shots in the Gnasher after we fought so hard, tooth and nail, to get 8 shots back in the fucking Gnasher. And yet, guess what? There's 6 shots in the Gnasher again. And the active reload ain't where it has been for 20 years. It's just kind of weird, man. And I have to wait another 2 months to play this game. Fuck, man. I've been waiting so long. We've been waiting so long.
I got zero sleep last night because I was painstakingly going frame by frame on all the new content we got about Gears of War E-Day. The Xbox Showcase gave us multiple trailers, tech demos, screenshots, pre-order bonuses, and so much more to look at. And today I'm going to show you everything I found that you may have missed in the new Gears of War E-Day footage. Starting off, each member of our new Bravo squad is wearing something interesting.
They didn't even talk about, like, the reticle changing on the Lancer when you're shooting it. Like, really anything. Bro, the people in here that saying 2 months isn't long. You're fucking wild. You've obviously never fucking... I'm not gonna say it.
And their gear armor. Firstly, Marcus Phoenix must love this style of jacket because he wears a similar one 14 years later as seen in the comic Hollow issue number 2. While not exactly the same as the newer version has a white fur collar, he is still wearing it at a bar and of course rocking his iconic do-rag. Also, Marcus is wearing a chain wallet. Do with that information what you will. Dominic Santiago has on the sleeve of his camo green shirt a patch for the Commando Special Tactics group that he was a part of during the Pendulum Wars. The new character Mags Carter is wearing this shiny blue jacket with a patch stating Emulsion Workers Union Kelowna Local, which makes sense as they state that she's retired from the COG Army and has been working in a Emulsion refinery station. And in concept art seen later, Mags is seen wearing a similar but different jacket that states Workforce Griffin Emulsion Corp, an obvious reference to Aaron Griffin from Gears of War 3 who ran said Griffin Emulsion Corporation. And lastly, for the new character Lucas Reyes, he is wearing a COG CIC uniform which is for COG Command, and it is confirmed that he works in communications. Moving on, when Bravo is running down the road, we can see this label for Sarandyne Industries, which for those that have read the book A Fear Rising will know was one of the manufacturers for the Mark II Chainsaw Lancer. Later on, there is another truck that shows Sarandyne Manufacturing, which you would expect is the same corporation. In the top right corner for our weapon interface, this symbol signifies we have an active reload, also shown specifically with the yellow bullet indicators.
TC didn't even say that, dude. Carmine out here is giving you guys more in-depth fucking detail than fucking Coalition. That's bad. That's not good.
The symbol turns off after all active rounds have been used. Later on, we see this ability icon, which appears to be a syringe, which is most likely the...
Bro, you see what I'm saying?
The ultimate ability of one of the 4 Horde classes that we learn about, that being Assault, Marksman, Medic, and Breacher. It is never used, so we aren't exactly sure what the ability does. And one more thing I couldn't quite work out are these white bars on the weapon interface. The bars seem to be either locked, unlocked but not filled, and filled. My first guess would be attachments, however I don't see any difference on the weapons. But we do at one point see the Lancer have a much larger recoil with only 1 bar active, which could be evidence of attachments. And no, the bars don't change after reload.
You see what the fuck I'm saying?
Or perfect reloads. They do mention that in the new Horde C,
it gives off that TC just doesn't give a fuck.
That you can improve your loadout for the next match, which makes me think this is some sort of attachment customization feature. Next, I love this tiny detail, but when the train is moving above Marcus, you can spot a wretch holding onto the bottom of it. Also on the back of this vehicle is the word Timgad, which is a location we have been to before in the original Gears of War. The train we ride in Act 5 is going through the Timgad Valley. Also, there is a gas station called Timgad Prime, which has an advertisement at the stadium we will talk about later. Also in this area is a sign for Vander Lake Department Store, which I also spotted in the end release date image. But oddly enough, there are 2 versions of this image we are given, one with the sign and one without. Next, in the end of this fight section, Marcus Bayonet charges a Locust drone, which is a unique animation, and we can also spot the lights going out, which is a nice little detail. They state that the entire game was built from scratch, and it is given some truth by this new Bayonet animation, which has essentially been the exact same since Gears of War 3. When we meet this character in the Pay and Save store, at first I thought he was firing a Mulcher heavy weapon, but listening closer it actually sounds like the even bigger Vulcan cannon. Take a listen.
Yeah, it does.
Also, I love the irony of this gear spraying down these wretches with signs behind him like Peacetime Sale Event and Everything Must Go. This gear also states his name, but it's tough to make out exactly what it is. To me...
Oh, you sent the picture of it? Hold on. Oh, it did! Oh my god! Holy shit! Right there. Holy shit! I'm gonna say it again, dude. I'm gonna say it again. TC, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Guys, is it so bad to be passionate for a fucking franchise or a fucking video game? Is it so bad? I've based my whole YouTube channel on this fucking company. And it just seems like they just don't give a fuck about anything they're doing. I'm just so confused. Like, do we care or do we not care? No, I haven't talked to Zero. I haven't talked to him since yesterday. Cartoon, what the fuck? Cartoon just became a member. He said, I'ma say this. Palace Guard. Cartoon with the silver lining. That's funny as shit, bro. That brought a smile to my face. Thank you for that. Guys, I'm not saying this game is like it's gonna be bad or anything like that. I'm worried about how TC is handling this game. Like from the marketing to the fact that they forget to put a PS5 logo off of the trailer for their direct or their fucking Xbox podcast that they literally had finished before the direct. It just doesn't make sense. They literally had it finished before the direct happened. I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm looking forward to this game. I just hate that I have to wait another, 2 months. We're going to see more. Obviously, we're going to see more before the beta. But I just hope they really fucking go deep into it. Like there's mechanics that are missing and there's new mechanics. Just fucking talk about it. That's like me trying to put out a book and then not talking about the book. Like I'm the author of this fucking 500-page book, but I'm only going to talk about 2 pages. I'm only going to talk about 3 chapters of the book. Or I'm going to talk about the back of the book. How about that? Or the front. I'll talk about the cover and the back of the book. No, fucking 9 likes to be a bitch about stuff, apparently. But yeah, like yesterday is everything that we got from the gameplay and the direct is like that's what we got to work with right now. I bet in a week and a half or something like that, we're going to see something else. I think so. And I think the marketing is about to ramp up. It makes sense. It makes sense. Not 9, just get the fuck out of here, bro. Nobody cares. There's still time, but the coalition has ended the benefit of the doubt after going silent for 2 straight years. It's been longer than that, dude. Like, it's been 7 years since Gears 5. They ended the support for Gears 5 in 2021. They show us announcement trailer. We get like a little interview with TC. We get nothing till 2025 with Reloaded. We get like a 20-minute interview and then nothing else until yesterday. It's been a long time. But thank God we've got something. We've got all this direct and all this gameplay and all these new mechanics. I just wish they would have fucking talked about it. But
it sounds like Private Markov Dumara, but without subtitles, we can't confirm it definitively. Projecting on one of the TV screens is a news broadcast gone wrong, as it is showing a wretch eating a human on live television.
Oh.
There's also another little detail on this conveyor belt which some of you may recognize, but this is the iconic Thrashy cereal featuring the legendary Coltrane. This
Coltrane
was
runs on hungry
and is returning again in E-Day. And this isn't the only time we see Cole, as in
Nope.
the bar
There
behind
it
Marcus,
is.
we can spot a Coltrane Returns poster.
Yes, sir.
Returning to the fight, we actually have a hidden mechanic when a frag grenade is thrown towards this E-hole. Looking closely, the frag doesn't actually land inside the E-hole, but instead explodes right next to it. Even still, the E-hole explodes shut in the next frame, so it looks like we may be given some leniency on our throws. Oh my god, can we talk about the aura farming that the Locusts are doing? Like this one just walking up to Marcus doesn't give a fuck. Also, are they counting ammo shots? Because the wretch also slowly approached the other gear who was also out of ammo. or
Right.
farmers these days, I swear. Also, I absolutely love the reaction Marcus has to this drone being unfazed by the bayonet stabbed inside of him. Marcus over the years in the Pendulum Wars probably only ever saw instant death from this action, and to see the strength of a drone just tank the hit is incredible. Also, the drone doesn't shove the bayonet when he hits the Lancer. It breaks off and is still stabbed inside of him when he's choking out Marcus. And onto the massive news that everyone has been waiting for, the new origin of the Mark II Lancer.
Yep.
As context, in the book Jacinto's Remnant, the origin of the Mark II didn't take place until about a year into the war with a similar scenario. Marcus being choked out, his bayonet breaking against the skin of a drone, and Ty using a power saw to cut the drone in half. Gears Judgment retconned this origin, but it seems like E-Day has decided to recanonize the fact that it was Ty Kaliso that inspired the idea. They also used his iconic quote from the book.
The world is full of weapons, waiting to be used.
Speaking of Ty in his new look, he now carries a knife across
That's right.
his chest, which is not something that he did previously. That does include his Locust War look and Pendulum Wars look that we have seen in his comic The Quickening. We can also quickly spot a unique execution animation for none other than the Torque Bow, which will be returning in E-Day. There seems to be unique animations for this and other weapons like the Quickening. We can also quickly
How
spot
did
a
he get that
unique
gameplay?
execution animation for none other than the Torque Bow, which will
Hold on. Has anyone else seen this gameplay? Because I didn't. This was not in the direct. I've watched the direct 4 fucking times. Bullshit. This right here is in the direct. No fucking way. Am I just crazy? Hold on.
will be returning in E-Day.
This part right here. I don't remember seeing this.
There seems to be unique animations for this.
I
and other
don't
weapons.
remember seeing that at all.
In his comic The Quickening.
I'm
We
fucking
can also
losing it
quickly
right
spot
now.
A unique execution animation for none other than the Torque Bow, which will be returning in.
I swear I never saw this. Can somebody please give me a timestamp in the direct where this is at, where this is shown?
E-Day. There seems to be unique animations for this and other weapons like the Breach Shot, which occur when the enemy is standing, which makes me wonder how this happens. Do they need to be stunned in some way, or are they downed and you pick them back up to execute them? Or could this be like how Halo assassinations have worked, where you melee from behind for an insta-kill? Let me know your theories because I have no clue. Next, I like this audio clip from Dom when he says,
They make weapons? They fucking talk, Marcus.
I love the fact that Marcus and Dom very early on are going to hear the Locust speaking the same language that they speak. It should make for some awesome moments of confusion as they try to figure out what the Locust are. On the wall here, when Bravo Squad is gearing up for battle, the weapons on the wall here rock bayonets, but suspiciously they don't look like Mark I Lancers. I don't see the barrel of the Lancer. What I am actually seeing are Gnasher shotguns with bayonets attached to them. I don't know if this was an oversight or if I'm going crazy, but maybe this is the attachment feature that I was theorizing about earlier with these unknown bars. Next, it wouldn't be a Gears of War game if we didn't have a King Raven.
Dude! Could you imagine? You're fucking walking up to a Locust, shoot him, fucking stab him. Bro. That would be sick.
Exploding and crashing. And what enemy type is better than a
Oh,
nemesis?
Carmine's cooking right now, bro. Carmine is cooking.
That I was theorizing about earlier with these unknown bars. Next, it wouldn't be a Gears of War game if we didn't have a King Raven exploding and crashing. And what enemy type is better than a nemesis we can spot just before impact? Up next, can we talk about this seemingly massive E-hole that has opened up at this military base?
Yeah.
It seems like just about everything has been sucked into the ground. Like, how
Is that a sinkhole? That would be a sinkhole,
did
wouldn't
the
it?
Locust even manage this? And down the line, Marcus revs the new prototype Lancer, which we can see in the gameplay is the actual name of the weapon, and on the chainsaw it has this Tusk logo. At first I thought this was the manufacturer that made the prototype, but then I realized this is literally just the power saw that Ty had. Same Tusk logo and same 360 power chain.
Oh,
Later,
so they
we
just
get shown a
fucking, they just took it right the fuck off and just built it right into it. Bayonet on a pistol. Maybe. I don't know. What's going on? Shadows is in the chat. We're going over some, we just went over the, what was it called? The gameplay deep dive. And it's not there anymore. It's not there anymore. We just reacted to the whole thing. And it didn't. It's so weird. It literally became inactive like right after we finished watching it. Ryan coming in with an extra Onyx guard? What's going on here? What's good, chat? Just quickly popping in. It's that E-Day gas. Hey, we excited. We're excited out here. I'm just a little concerned about TC. Oh, it's not there anymore. Like, hold on. There was a video from the Coalition on this page about gameplay deep dive from the Xbox podcast. It was right here.
Games in this podcast range from E to F.
It was right here. I'm not kidding.
Games in this podcast.
It was like 41 minutes, and at the end of it, it had the PS5 logo on it. So somebody fucked up. Yeah. Somebody goofed. And so now they're probably re-editing that last section of it to take that out. Because didn't they say the podcast was ready before the direct came? I'm like 98% sure they said the podcast was finished before the direct. Yep. Weird. Freaking weird, bro. But good to see you in here, man. I'm glad you're doing good. Watched your reaction, bro. Oh my god. I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk in my reaction. I was like, it felt so different at first that I was worried. But after minutes of it going on, I was pretty good with it. Looks pretty damn good. Adds even more to the PS5 version getting scrapped last minute. I've heard so much shit about that on X. But they said in the podcast with Matt Booty that the podcast for the Coalition was finished or to stick around for that after the showcase or the direct. I don't know. Full gassed.
Blueprint of this Lancer on where we learn this large piece hanging
right, let's finish this video.
Cooling coil.
Yeah, you're always gassed up,
the
bro.
magazine, just like in the final design,
I love
has
it.
a space in the middle where the chainsaw goes through. Following up, we see this multiple times throughout the entire show, but it's absurdly cool that
the boomer execution. I am so excited for that. That is such a cool feature. Did they even? I don't even think they even talked about that. Well, I think they might have touched on that. Maybe. Was fully gassing. I was always about shit face. At least you're honest, bro. I was just drinking coffee. It was exciting, man. Yesterday was an exciting day.
we now have the chance to chainsaw
I'm really interested to see all this new stuff.
This is not unheard of, though, as returning to the comic Hollow issue number 2, Michael Barrick uses the Mark II Lancer to chainsaw an unsuspecting boomer. A big shout out to this civilian who saw this massive hole open up in the ground and immediately book it for safety. Top 10 smartest decisions in gaming history. But the real detail in this scene is this poster which says, "Keep it active, reload it. A jam could mean life or death." A few references, one of course being an active reload, also known as a perfect reload, and I can't help but think they were talking about my beloved hero, Anthony Carmine, when they said a jam could mean life or death. This poster can
Xbox Showcase is like Christmas. Yeah, I'm gonna have a few drinks. Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta let loose, brother. Got to. Gotta get back to it, man. Hey, love the grind, man. Keep it up. Everybody, if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to Shadows. He's almost at 100K. Holy shit. So, go fucking sub to this man if you haven't. I'm 99% sure everybody in this chat has already subscribed. So, have a good one, man. And I can't wait for more stuff to be coming.
Also be spotted IRL at the Coalition's office seen right here. Speaking of their office, we can spot people playing Team Deathmatch, which appears to be the exact same as previous entries.
Yep.
Later on, we can see this multiplayer moment where someone is trying to interact with something on the map before they are downed, which also shows us an interface stating downs remaining. Before, you just had to remember how many times you went down, as limits are placed for different game modes, so this seems to be an addition aimed for newer players.
Right.
Next, the retro charge has a really small required distance for the execution, whereas in previous titles, this would simply be a stab for a moderate amount of damage. Makes me wonder if this is just for the campaign or if this is going to be the distance for multiplayer. Following that, Marcus opens the doors of the Octus Way station, and us big nerds will recognize Octus from the Octus Canon, the founding document of the COG. This is where it popularized the 8 virtues of the COG, which we can spot on the statue outside the COG Armed Forces Recruiting Center: order, diligence, purity, labor, honor, loyalty, faith, and humility. Also inside this train station, all rides have been cancelled for obvious reasons. On the desk of this Coalition employee, she has the Collector's Edition statue, which was not revealed in this showcase.
Oh, please talk about the banners, bro. Please talk about the banners.
On Instagram. Also, in another shot on another desk, some great books can be seen like Destroyed Beauty, the Gears 2 art book, the comic book collection Omnibus, and the book Aspho Fields. Speaking of, during this Aspho Fields memorial, there's a lovely attention to detail seen on Dom's chest with his Embry star and one not present.
A woman in the team, there are Pendulum Wars veterans like Helena Stroud, Don't Be a Tourist. Huh? Maybe I misread that. I gotta pee.
On Marcus. That is because Marcus buried his medal with Dom's brother Carlos after he received it shortly after the Battle of Aspho Fields. Carlos is also seen in this image with all 3 brothers together along with his COG tags.
Yep.
And at the memorial we can see this statue of an angel-like figure holding the body of a fallen Gear, doubling down on how the COG Society praises those that serve in their army. And I did do a short search for the ribbons on their chests in both Gears of War 3 and 4, but could not find any matches. But if someone does find them, please let me know. Going back, you can see the outline of Marcus's COG tags through his shirt, but the same can't be said about Dom. This is likely symbolism of Dom ready to move away from army life to one with his family, and Marcus being unsure what he's going to do next.
He's talking to somebody else.
And I find this detail hilarious that in the bar, that they have a board dedicated to people with overdue tabs in their amounts. On the television broadcast,
Gears of War is the greatest game of all time. Why is Gears so good? Because I can get on the game and body somebody across the world with my shotgun. That's all you need. Hey, dude, I don't know what's going to go on with fucking multiplayer. I don't know how multiplayer is going to play. And they haven't talked about like the sprint mechanic or anything like that. So I don't know how multiplayer is going to play. It's going to play completely different this time around. And I don't know. Maybe it's going to be a good change. Maybe it's going to be a bad change. I don't know. It's going to be hard for these for these hardcore players to get used to that kind of thing. But I don't know.
we can spot Mayor Shaw, who appears numerous times throughout this showcase. One time being behind this unnamed gear, and another when the unarmored Brumak appears. Also, I thought this was Dom at first glance, but this appears to be another unnamed gear. Many propaganda pieces can be spotted, one of which is this arcade game in the bar called Indie Invader. indie being a common term for UIR soldiers. Also in that same bar is this poster that says, "This is an indie."
Oh.
And I just want to take a moment to look at this beautiful set piece. There is so much chaos going on and it's glorious. A civilian getting slammed against a car, another being held up by one hand, wretches scaling the buildings, and brutality everywhere. Next, in the background here, we can see a blurred image of the E-Day menu.
Yeah,
For
Xbox
vehicles,
just
a lot
said,
seem to be
"Hey,
making
we
a
got
return."
this.
Of course, we see the King Raven helicopters, but there are also armadillos, centaur tanks, and in the background, I believe there are petrol bomber planes that were used in the Battle of Aspho Fields.
Bro, Carmine is the GOAT. Dude, the attention to detail that Carmine puts in his videos is crazy.
Stadium is the Oriya Stadium, home of the Kelowna Eagles. We see gameplay of Bravo Squad at one point fighting their way to the stadium on this bridge, which is named All Father's Legacy Bridge. Oh, and outside the stadium is this massive eagle statue gripping a thrash ball and crushing the earth below it. Pretty badass, I must say.
Yeah.
This next shot has several jokes and possible references, with one being Grind Coffee, which would be referencing grinders. And on the theater board, there are titles such as Raven Down, the famous multiplayer map, and They Came From Below, which is, you know, the Locust. For weapons, this unknown dual mag machine gun makes a very brief appearance, and I don't believe it's ever given a name. Gut punchers are making
It's a grinder. We found that out.
their debut, but different than
That's
they
one thing I got on you, Carmine. That's one. That's one fucking thing I got on you. But did he say the?
You know, the Locust. For weapons, this unknown dual mag machine gun makes a
Oh fuck! Fucked up. I'm sorry, Carmine. So sorry. Look how many bullets it has, though. Holy shit.
very brief appearance, and I don't believe it's ever given a name. Gut punchers are making their debut, but different than they have been described before. In the book Aspho Fields, it is said that gut punchers could be fired from lancers with attachments, but this version 2 years after that battle makes it its own weapon. And a brand new Locust shotgun called the Incinerator will fire emulsion-infused bullets from a 6-barrel shotgun to melt enemies away in glorious fashion. It also has a bladed grip exactly like the breech shot.
Yep.
This strange animal appears on the wall, which could be a horse-like creature like Chuz from Gears of War 4. But there are other creature paintings seen in Mag's apartment like these and those. On the side of the semi, it has an advertisement for Halvo Bay Brewery, with Halvo Bay being the location Gears of War Judgment took place in. This map of the city of Kelowna also appears to be accurate and filled with places we will visit like Oriya Stadium, Bank of Tyrus, and Octus Way Station. There's also the Serrano Ocean, which is the largest body of water on the planet of Serra, and the ocean we travel through in the submarine in Gears of War 3.
Oh.
Next, we have this short audio bit from Lucas.
I can reconfigure their radios to reach Afira.
The COG of course will want to re-establish contact with Afira as it is the capital of their nation, but we do know of some other fan favorite characters that are present there on and around E-Day. Anya Stroud and Colonel Hoffman. Will we be hearing from these characters? Who knows. Next, a hilarious callback to the Gears of War 4 map Diner is seen with this restaurant Major Burger, which has a ridiculous item on the menu, a half-pound pickle. My goodness. The term Destroyed Beauty is mentioned numerous times, which is a callback to the original Gears of War book/art book with the same name. An image from the book is also seen when this guy is working on concept art for Marcus Phoenix. And this next skin of Skeleton Marcus Phoenix on fire is a part of the premium edition for the game. In this concept art in the bottom left, we can spot Gears with the original Variation 2 helmet, despite no helmet of its kind appearing in actual in-game footage. Also seen is Iron Coast Motors, which must be a company.
Carmine is going off.
Company of many baskets because Iron Coast is also the company that brewed the beers Marcus and Dom drink in the bar. No details here, but this part got me feeling all kinds of emotions. Seeing Dom hand over his own brother's cog tags to Marcus is such a deep, complex moment. Heartbreaking for everyone. There are so many tiny moments of these two brothers bonding, like here where Dom helps Marcus up, but also brings him in for a little bro hug. And look at this art of the two. Holy shit, they are cooking in the visual department. In this gorgeous shot of the Locust on the move, this unique drone is spotted that gives off the vibes of some sort.
Yeah, what was it called? Blood Legion? Not Blood Legion. Oh, fuck! something Legion.
Of Special Forces. We see it again later in a 3D model, but no gameplay of it appears, I think. Really interested to learn more about this Locust. Also in the back of this shot, I can't tell what it is, but the unarmored Brumak is carrying something by the chains. And if it's making a Brumak struggle, it must be something massive. Gil Gettner is making her first game debut, but she is far from new. She has appeared or been mentioned in all 5 books written by Karen Traviss and was
oh, see, that's why.
First visually
that's why I didn't know.
The comic Dirty Little Secrets Part 4, which is on the developer's screen. But the patch given to her I believe is brand new, and it says, "Lift Outta Hell, Butcher Bird Squadron." And seen on her pilot's helmet is the number 80, signifying her call sign KR80. Some enemy changes have been seen with Reavers, of course, now being able to scale walls, but they also now fire a volley of 3 rockets instead of just 1. Oh my god, the Reaver is terrifying. Also, how did this gear even get grabbed so close to the ceiling? Moving on, in one interview, a developer says this about wretches.
The wretches scream so loud it disorients you before they rip you apart.
Paired with a visual cue, it's possible that a wretch screaming will actually cause some sort of stun effect on the player, much like its ability in Gears of War 3 Beast Mode.
Maybe?
This shot brings a lot of questions to mind, but it
that
seems like
I
they are
like
down
that.
in the Locust Hollows, with Lucas saying,
"Where the hell are we?"
and Dom helping Marcus to his feet. It feels implied that Bravo Squad fell down an E-hole and now have to make their way back. In this shot for a preview for Horde Siege, this must be one of the world bosses being an armored Brumak. These spots of emulsion resemble the spots you had to shoot off of Swarmax in Gears of War 4 and 5. So I would guess the mechanics are the same on how to kill this thing. Also, what in the hell is this in the sky? It looks like a nutsack, and I don't see it actually doing anything.
He said the same thing.
Next, this unknown gear has a robotic hand that is being powered by a couple batteries.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
However, as Foz in the new trilogy has a robotic foot, and in the books Donald Matheson has prosthetic legs built by none other than Damon Baird. And finally, I want to bring attention to the Bravo Squad signature weapon pack that has a unique weapon skin for each member. The Gut Puncher is for Mags Carter with this explosive skull on the stock, which probably means she was an explosives expert of some kind, and probably how she got a fucked up eye. The Longshot belongs to Lucas Reyes and has this clean Academy skin to signify his rookie status. Marcus Phoenix gets the prototype Lancer with his do-rag symbol on the chainsaw and the Unvanquished written at the top, which is the nickname of the 26th Royal Tyrant Infantry he's a part of. And finally, Dom gets the Natra skin, which has the word Maria written on it, the famous picture of the lovely couple, and down by the grip, what looks like to be a necklace made by a kid that reads, "I love you, Dad." Man, that was everything I was able to find in the hours of brand new footage we got from Xbox and the Coalition for Gears of War E-Day. If I showed you something that you missed, I would appreciate you leaving a like and subscribing. And if you saw
Go subscribe to this man! If you ain't subscribed, you better go fucking subscribe to him right now!
That
was
I
a
didn't,
banger
I would
video.
love to read about it down in the comments. Maybe now I can get some sleep. But first, thank you to my channel members, and a special thank you to my elite.
Get the fuck out of here and go subscribe to that man. Oh, fucking banger, bro. My god. PlayStation fanboys, dude, the AI, I swear. Got an hour till dinner time. I want to listen to that song again.
Customize and save. Liberty.
Oh, because I have Premium Elite. It's going to show us a fucking ad.
I hope to God I did not just insult Brian McBride, like age-wise. Hi.
Will the Carmine be an E-Day? We have no fucking clue. We have no clue. Yeah, the fucking boomers, dude. They be eating. Ah, fuck. Will I play some Gears? I don't know. Oh, I kind of really don't want to play Gears 5. Oh. I don't know, guys. I think I might just end the stream we've talked a lot about E-Day today, and we did a lot of talking about E-Day yesterday. So I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you for everyone joining in to the live stream. It's been really fucking cool. I will be having some more videos coming up. I've got some videos I'm working on right now. But it's going to take some time. There's a lot to go through. So if you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep seeing Gears of War E-Day videos or live streams. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.